Fucking unreal. I figured that's appropriate considering we're all gonna fucking die. Gutter, where'd you go?
I'm here laughing. That was funny.
Happy Hallmark Day card, and happy Hallmark card and BJ Day.
That's
what I
right.
call this.
Mhm.
A Hallmark card is
Spend
always
your
worth a BJ.
fucking money for nothing day.
Yep. Completely made up holiday, but you know, happy Tuesday night, folks. Happy Valentine's Day. If you got one, give them a squeeze, give them a pinch, give them a grope, give them a tug, whatever you got to do. It is Tuesday, 2/14/2023. Welcome to the Yank and Gutter Pub, Y&K Pub. How you doing, Gutter?
Good. How about you?
Not too shabby. Can't complain, although who'd fucking listen anyway, right? Maybe the 16 people that are here, or 14, whatever's here. So maybe they'd listen. I don't know. It seems like we're all fucking gonna die here. I don't know what's going on. We got aliens, we got train cars, we got fucking nukes basically going off within the chemical nukes going off within the country. They're either aliens or Chinese balloons or balloons filled with Chinese aliens. I don't know which is happening, but we got a lot of them. Any clues?
Your guess is good as mine.
That's pretty much what we're all having to do now. We're all having to guess because they keep showing us shit about the one balloon. And then apparently they're talking about all kinds of other shit getting shot down, but they're not giving us any pictures of that or any radar things of that. And they're, apparently saying they're weird shapes and who knows what and all that. And apparently, I mean, if you want to take over America, just wait till it's a little cold and there's some water involved, because apparently we can't swim. And when it's cold, we can't find shit and nothing works. So, we still haven't found any of the parts of the 3 other things we shot down. So,
yes,
yay for us.
Quite amazing.
Fucking, it really is. I mean, we spend like almost $800 billion on a military, and they have to fine tune their goddamn radar to pick up all these balloon things. And I am a firm believer in that first one that came over, and they were like, yeah, we saw it way over when it was somewhere else over the Aleutian. We didn't see shit. We didn't see shit until somebody looked up and went, there it is.
Yep.
And that made the news. And then all of a sudden the fucking army was involved in shit. So other than that, it is what it is. First things first, though, Ann Howcroft, congratulations. You got the booby prize. You were first. You were right on it, man, too. Unbelievable how fast she made a comment. So apparently she wanted those boobies bad. And I have to say, I think they're nice. So congratulations. You get the prize. I can't do too much reading. I'm having issues again with my eyeballs.
Well, we'll go through the list and tell everybody hi.
Okay.
All 15 of them that are here. Yeah. Which obviously Anne is first. And then we've got Bobby. And happy Valentine's Day, everybody, to begin with. Because otherwise I'm going to have to say it with each and every one of you. Which I guess I could. And Maureen. And Fly Crew. And Justine. Hello to all the Y and G bar crew from the south coast of England. It's 42 degrees Fahrenheit, but feels colder with an almost clear night sky. I'll bet it does.
Yeah, that sounds a little cool.
Kate, she's from Australia too. We got lots from Australia. I'm so impressed.
Did I see Wasp? Is Wasp in our thing tonight? Did she make
Wasp
it?
Is here. That's who was next.
Nice.
And then Sherry from Canada. And Hal 9000. And
wait a minute. Hal says he has to send us some music that we can play and not get copyrighted with. Yeah, I know. We do it at the beginning of the show because it's not too hard to edit out. And it hasn't shut down our show yet like it has others because nobody really pays attention to us anyway. But I'm sure if we do grow, we're gonna need some good music anyway. So thank you,
I do
appreciate it.
try to, yeah, I do try to edit them out, but sometimes they do get missed. But you're right, Hal. I mean, eventually, if we ever want to get monetized, it will be a pain in the ass if we've got all those and they're copyrighted. So,
although I did hear, Gutter, I did hear that YouTube is allowing you to pay license or something like that for certain songs. I don't know how much it is, and I'm sure it's different for every song, but you can't pay for licensing to songs. So if we find a song that fits our show, maybe we could consider throwing a few shekels at it, and maybe we could just add it to the beginning, never have to worry about it again. But yeah,
right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. And
Hi, Maureen.
Mr. Black Sheep Dog No Show Tony.
What are you doing here, Tony? You're supposed to be over with Strategic Eyes because he's starting a show at 9:30.
So, Tony, we know where Tony's loyalties lie.
I don't know where anything with him lies.
I know where his
commie or
loyalty
some
lies.
shit the other day.
Am I not right? I'm scrolling to the bottom just a minute. I'll go back to that. But Tony, am I right? Where's your loyalties, boy? Answer me, boy. He can't. He's over on Strategic.
Exactly. He over there.
Okay. Let me go back to what I was doing. Where were we? Okay. David, whose loyalties rely, I believe, or lie with, I believe, SE. But he's still here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, or at least smiling a lot and breathing hard. Jesus, I'm talking like Joe Biden.
Oh, God. Ice cream.
Okay.
God, we got people are talking left and right here.
Yeah. Okay. Ashley, girl, I gotta run to the store. Be back in a few. You should take the car. I'm just gonna say.
Don't run. Hi, Lee.
Missy and Lee Sugar Britches.
And Sherry from Canada. She's doing taxes. She's listening. It's tax time.
I think I got it all. I know we got taxes next Tuesday. I don't want to go in.
Must be tough.
Why
you don't do TurboTax or anything of that shit? Your taxes, you actually have loopholes and stuff.
Yeah, we have to go through a CPA. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and it costs us quite a bit. But because if we don't, we used our airplane and we kind of used it like a lease back. So, and then we used it also as a business, and so that was, we had to deal with. You need a CPA when it comes to all that messy shit. So.
Yeah, when you're rich, I mean,
You're rich, my ass. That's why I said
your ass is rich.
My ass ain't rich.
You guys got a plane. You're good.
No, that's why we're not rich. It's because we got a fucking plane.
Hal says, just let me know what song and I will get the peeps together and record it. What is Hal in a band?
Why are they making my grandson cry? I'm going to beat him.
It's Tuesday night. Should be no kids. No kids. Get them out of here.
Well, don't make my grandson cry because I'll go out there and whoop your ass. Let's see. David said, rich people problems. No, I'm telling you, dude. It's not. You have no idea. It's not rich people problems. We're broke because of that fucking airplane.
My taxes are simple. I go to the IRS. I go, ain't got no money.
Ain't got no money.
Ain't got no money. So fuck them. Got to lease them planes, David S. says.
No, nice. I got to lease them planes. Well, it's just that it was the only way to make it kind of, so that we weren't paying outright for an airplane because they're expensive. But when you have to hangar one at $375 a month, and then you have to do all the maintenance on them. By the time you get done, trust me, you ain't rich.
I can imagine.
I would rather have an RV. I feel like we would use it more. We might be just as unrich, but
Yeah, you can't fly a plane, man. It's balloons full of Chinese aliens. So
yeah, maybe I
use the
should get one
plane.
of those.
Yeah, there you go. Get a balloon.
Fuck it. I'm in the business. Yeah, I need a balloon. Bobby, get me a balloon.
Hal says his whole crew plays and my girl sings. Check out your email and play that. I did check out the email. That was very good. If that was the music that you made, cool. Oh, speaking of email, a couple of people said something on the live we go to every Saturday night. Let me see. Mishka sent us an email, which you did respond to. I saw that. Is Mishka in here?
Mishka's in here.
Okay.
Mishka. No, she's not.
No, I didn't see her. I didn't see her. Okay, so Missy was the other one. Missy, I did not see an email from you. So I went and looked, and I did not see one from you at the Yank and Gutter. What is it? yankandgutter.gmail.com. Right?
Yes.
Gutter?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Can't you hear me?
Jesus Christ, what is going on with you? Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, maybe you froze.
I said yes, like
so our email. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you were frozen. Our
gmail.com.
Thank you.
And that's not
so
and.
Yes, Missy, send.
It's not and. It's
an N. Yank N. N as in Nancy. And Gutter.
And Hal said he just emailed that, so you didn't see it.
Well, I didn't then. All right, smart ass, I didn't.
Listen here, buddy.
Don't be getting fresh. Be kicking your ass. Missy says, yeah, I put in the wrong name for you guys' email. I told you all I'm fucking stupid. Okay. Well, I mean, you can be. I never said that.
Ain't we all, Missy?
I know. It's terrible. So I don't have enough signal to open tabs because I really wanted to cover this thing that's going on in Ohio and how bad this is, and that it's happened. It happened on, of course, the train derailment is what I'm talking about in East Palestine, which is kind of weird. I didn't know we had a Palestine here, and that's probably why the Democrats aren't really saying much about it, and neither are the Republicans, because it's Palestine. But anyway, I digress. It happened on what, the 3rd, February 3rd, the train derailment, and then 3 days later they lit it on fire. And it's been a very quiet week on that front. It's just starting to bubble back up into the news
we had balloons.
No way. We had balloons?
We had balloons.
Oh my God.
And they didn't even bother.
Oh my God, that's definitely way more important. Huh?
They could have hung, the clown from it.
True. Maybe they were Macy's Day balloons that got away. I forget who it was. Who was it? Someone made a snarky joke that maybe we're shooting down our own balloons and we don't even know it. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
I wonder what's going to happen to all those people that are around that fire right now. I know
I'll tell you right now.
There's going to be fucking side effects to all that shit.
Absolutely. I mean, they're talking, and I have seen the videos where animals are dying. I saw a woman's chickens all lying down dead within their whatever you call it, the chicken house.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all dead. They didn't look like anything attacked them. Fish are obviously dead in the water. I've heard horses dying, dogs dying, cattle dying, and this is going to be so friggin' bad, or it could be. Okay, I'm not trying to jump the gun and scare the shit out of anybody, but it could be that bad. This stuff, if you do any research on the chemicals, it's bad news and it's dangerous. And I don't know if lighting it on fire was the best solution, but what are you going to do, right? We got this train that derails. And here's what kills me, right? It took almost a week for the government to for the train company to give the government the manifest of what the train cars actually were. And then they said, yeah, it had some hazardous train cars that were on there, and there was as many as 20 to 150. Typical government answer for you, right? 20 to 150. That leaves a fucking big difference. It's not like 20 to 25, 20 to 30, 20 to 150. So that's pretty shocking. And we're not hearing about all of the chemicals, or they're just starting to come out that there are even more chemicals that they're going to have to do the same thing to get rid of it, because they want to open that line back up. And if you go into why it happened and all that, it's pretty interesting. Apparently, this video from about 45 minutes down the track from where it came off the track of it going by a place, and it had an axle on fire. So they're thinking that this axle was the cause of the problem, along with maybe a little excessive speed. And the reason that the axle bearings caught fire was because of cuts made to the union workers, to the railroad workers who check the line and check each cars. And they're supposed to average, I think, around 3 minutes per car to do an inspection. And they're so short-staffed that they can only spend, I believe it's 90 seconds per car looking and inspecting them. And there was another thing regarding brakes that were supposed to be added to quote-unquote hazardous cars that never got added, because that was an Obama initiative, and the railroad lobby then went to certain senators, mostly Republicans, and got that thing squashed, and Trump actually signed to not add the new brakes. So, there's all kinds of blame to go around here, but the bottom line is no one knows what the effects of this are going to be. And like you said, down the road, this is going to be an Erin Brockovich kind of thing, where everybody's going to be poisoned and no one's going to know, because it's going to be memory hold, right? They tried to memory hole it. Thank God for the internet, because that got the story back out into the news. Everybody would have been going in 20 years. Gee, we got this cluster of cancer people all over here in Ohio. What caused it? We don't know, because no one will remember the train derailment, and then prove it was the train derailment. The EPA says the water and air are fine because I tested it 3 days after they burned the shit and it was fine. But that's not how the stuff happens. So if that train came off in my town, in my city, I would have left with everything I had. Whoop. Am I gone?
No, you're here.
Did I leave or did you leave?
Oh, I'm here.
Who's frozen? Me or you?
I'm good.
Okay, you sound terrible. I have weak signal. If it happened in my town, I would have grabbed everything I could and got out of here and just left the house and everything, and they can have it, sell it, whatever. I don't care. Sue me. You can't take me to jail for a mortgage, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I ain't coming back. And I would never come back to that area again. Some 3 million people get their drinking water from the Ohio River. 3 million. And that has right now there's an area that was affected of, I believe, 200 miles from that toxic cloud. So it's going to be going in the river. It's going to be getting into the food chains. I heard something, there's like 70,000 farms and ranches in the Ohio Valley. So that means a lot of food and things are coming from there. And we won't know whether things are going to be good or at the store coming from that area. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Probably better buy up all the food that's around now, not want to buy too much more later on, because who knows where the fuck it's coming from.
Yep. Yeah, the growing season, the next one that starts, I don't know. Any food that's grown there is going to be junk.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't eat it. It's frightening, and this goes to what I kind of was talking about, I guess. I don't know when I was talking about global population and the West and the lifestyle. I mean, the shit in them tankers was all for plastics. That's what it was, for plastic, PVC pipe and other things like that, which we don't really need. We don't need that to live. So, once again, our lifestyle is doing things, having these trains crisscross the country, carrying crap like that right behind our backyards, and we don't even know it until something happens. And then it's catastrophe anyway. So, maybe there is something to be said with, we need to knock down the population. We need to get the Western world in line with the rest of the people that, stack shit 3 feet high and call it a house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Interesting. What do you guys think about it? Why the hell would the fire? Okay, Chief, I guess their idea was to disperse the chemicals, because one of the things that chemical did was it boils at 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So with it also, and it also poured out on the ground. So rather than completely annihilate an area, it's kind of like the nuclear waste option, where they say dilution is the solution, insofar as just dumping it into the ocean, and then you spread this shit around. So that's kind of what the fire did. But I don't think the fire was nearly hot enough. I don't think it turned that one chemical. It turned that one chemical into another chemical that, when comes in contact with water of any kind, even water in the air, it becomes sulfuric acid. It was vinyl chloride vinyl chloride originally, and then it transformed into something else once it burned. So it didn't necessarily rain. They got a little rain in that area for one day, but then the dispersion happened, and I don't know. It's sat up in clouds, and we'll see what happens. But they still have a large contamination area on the ground there that they're going to have to scrape off and find a place to dump that shit. I don't know. It's probably in your backyard, not mine.
Well, and I feel like it's a really quick way to get it into people's lungs is through all that smoke.
There definitely is a component to going around the internet where it's like, we're under attack, and this is another way to kill us all, or start to kill us, kill the West, fight America. We had another train derailment in Houston, Texas. There was another one in since this one in Ohio happened, there have been 2 others, and they seem to be sabotage. And a year ago, there was another one that was a sabotage, where I guess at the switches, people are running a wire, because it was put out over the internet. This is how you derail a train, by anarchist groups. They made it out on the internet. So there is domestic terrorism going on, or radicals that are doing this and trying to deliberately hobble trains and cause accidents and things like that. Who it is, I don't know. Some people are saying, this is all just a play to weaken America. It's getting us scattered with the balloons. We're in Ukraine. China's ramping up patrols around Taiwan. So we're going to wind up with a two-faced war, a two-flanked war here, and we're going to have one going on at home. What are you watching?
Sorry.
No,
I went to turn on. No, I'm turning on YouTube so that I can post the link in a bit, and it started listening to you talk.
Okay, I'll shut up for a second. Get the link up there.
It's okay. You're fine now. I muted it. Takes me a minute because I have to flip over.
Yeah. Men know how to use industrial size vacuum with huge hose and vacuum it up. Yeah, I guess the problem is that one of those tanks, which can carry as upwards from 25,000 to 33,000 gallons of chemicals. One of those tanks was in the process, they were fear of an explosion. So if one of those tanks went, of course, it would spread stuff everywhere, and it would cause further explosions from other and start a daisy chain reaction. So I'm not saying that lighting on fire was the right thing to do at all. I think they should have had a way to try and vacuum that shit out into other tanks. I don't understand why they didn't. Maybe time was of the essence. But the thing that freaks me out is, like, where the hell is fucking little Secretary Booty Judge there? He's Secretary of Transportation. He finally came out today on Twitter and said something regarding it. Other than that, he's been completely silent about this whole thing. This thing is going off, and he doesn't even talk about it. He'd rather talk about how there's too many white people in construction. That's what he literally was talking about. The little creep. Yeah. I don't know. Bad shape, guys. We're in bad shape. This country is seriously screwed. Butylene. Yeah, vinyl chloride, isobutylene, more on the chemicals released in Ohio train derailment. Yeah. There was also supposedly non-toxic lube. Someone's getting screwed. Some oil lube was actually in one of those things, or a few of those as well. And the thing with the lube is they said, yeah, it's not hazardous, but there are additives within that lube that are hazardous. So if that's going to spill all over the ground, which it did, that also escaped into the environment. So it's bad, man. You know, they're calling it mini Chernobyl.
Yep. Little freaky.
Little spooky. I don't know. Yeah, he's whining about too many white construction workers. Yeah, I know. Yep. Ashley says, man, I'm in the mood to chat tonight too, but I can't because I got to get in the shower, do my hair and makeup, and get into my Valentine. You better come on the show, woman. I want to see. What's your Valentine's Day outfit?
No doubt. How much time does it take to get naked? You said your Valentine's outfit.
Are you putting on a bow? Nice.
No, Marv's out of town. He's gone to Seattle.
Seattle. Is anybody here in the chat from that area near Ohio? In the whole Ohio basin there? I mean, are you getting any more information than what I'm putting out? Because like I said, I'd love to open some tabs and try to share the screen and do all that stuff that we usually see on our buddies on Saturday night. But I can't do it. I don't have enough computing power to do such things. And it always comes out glitchy.
Yeah, I was going to say I can, but 9 times out of 10, it comes out glitchy on mine too. I need to, like I said, hopefully I can call Xfinity and chew their ass out and get something moving on it.
What's Tony saying here? We'll be all right. Americans are invincible. Government test shits on us they don't know how to kill us. Just look at the people at Walmart. Okay. Yeah. I guess. So I don't know, man. You know, I just don't know. There's so much. It's freaking depressing. It made me not want to come on tonight, to be honest, because I get, you know, I've said this many times. I get too bummed out about repeating myself and saying how crappy everything is, but it just is nonstop. It is just nonstop. I was talking to my father the other night, and you know, he's an older guy, but my grandfather My grandfather was a bigwig in the Army and in the reserves as well. Full bird colonel, was also head of civil defense for the, I think it was Rockingham County or something like that, a large area back home. And I asked my father, because my grandfather would bring home a lot of movies regarding nuclear war and fallout and the explosions and things like that, because this was back in the early 50s and mid 50s. And I asked my father, I said, listen, I said, am I crazy? I said, I remember growing up in the 70s and 80s and having the fear of nuclear war. I said, but I would imagine it was stronger when you were younger because we just developed the bomb and then the Soviets developed it and so on. And he said, yeah, it was worse then. I said, right now, I can't help but walk through my life every day fearing that whether it's a nuclear bomb or, a virus or whatever, another world war kind of, I feel like we're at the end of time here. The end of days is here. I feel like it's right there. It's right fucking there. And he said, I'm going to tell you something. I feel like that more so than I ever have in my entire life. Even when my father was alive, meaning my grandfather, and it would scare the living Jesus out of him with all the things my grandfather knew regarding war. And my father's like, no, this is definitely the worst. I feel like we're at the closest. We're at the closing bells of this country, of this world order. This is the fourth turning. And we've had fourth turnings before. One of them was World War II and World War One. And so there's going to be a shakeup and a change in the way things are. And my father actually said that he was kind of probably glad that he was getting out, meaning he's at the end of his life. He's not going to have to live through it. And I'm like, thanks, Dad. That means I got to, right? You got to, your kids got to, your grandkids got to.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine the stress some people must be under thinking about this shit. So that's why I came on tonight. Because you guys got kids, because you got grandkids. We got to figure out what we're doing here. You got to make some decisions. If you live in a city, get the fuck out. I mean, get out. You got to figure out how. You got to figure out what you're doing. You got to have some shit. You got to be able to defend yourself.
We got to do it sooner than later. We can't wait.
Yeah, you got to do it now.
Now. Shit hits the fan because it's going to be too hard to move the kids.
Yep.
It'll be one thing to move us as adults, but it'll be hard to move kids in the sense of it's, we ain't just going to go, okay, load up in the car and let's go. It's going to be a little more difficult, I think, than that.
Yeah. And I mean, with kids, it comes all the weaknesses of children, right? Because children need everything. They need stability. They need food. They can't do anything. You got to do everything for them. So unless you're prepared for that, even if you got your kid out, you still have to figure out how you're going to provide for that kid.
Well, when Marvin said today, when he was like, I'm going to Seattle, it was like, I mean, we've always just done what we had to do, keep working on and keep doing it and keep, getting the kids and la, 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 but man, you start to think about the fact that, okay, if shit goes south tonight or today or whatever, and he's not in town, I mean, it's 3 hours away, and there is nothing worse than a clusterfuck from here to Seattle. Any way you take it, in the air, on the road, under the fucking road, doesn't matter. By sea, it don't matter. It's just a clusterfuck to get around.
Yeah. That's one thing I think about, man. Like, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? I don't know where to go, man. I'm stuck way down here in the ding-a-ling of the country, because that's what it looks like, a dick. I'm down by the tip, the underside. And I'm thinking I should get a boat. I'm thinking I should probably go boat.
Fuck that. You're
I know.
Gonna be bobbing in the fucking water, dude. I mean, you're going to be up there, no place to hide. Where are you going to hide?
In the water. out in the water. The ocean's a big fucking place.
Yeah.
Find me.
No way.
Well, where you
No.
gonna go?
Huh? Oh, I'll go underground before I'll go fucking in
You
the
got a
water.
place to go underground?
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
do?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow. See, I don't have any mountains or caves or anything like that. Everything, all the caves down here are cenote sort of things, and they're full of water. You can't. There's no place to go. That's why I'm saying I got to get the fuck out of here. But where am I going?
We even have like springs, all natural springs, and
All right, quit your bragging.
yeah.
Lucky.
But
know.
we also have to get there because it's not here.
Oh, I got you.
So
Yeah.
you know, that's what I
Yep.
mean with the kids. It's getting them from here to there. It's 8 hours by car. So right now. So
Oof. Yeah, and even that, you know, I mean, with these balloons flying over,
yeah.
like one could be an EMP.
Yeah, you don't
And
know what it's gonna be.
you know, now you're walking. Now you're walking. Fuck. It's horrible. I mean, you know, we talked about it a little bit last week, I think, the earthquake there in Turkey. And like 30 or 40,000 people are dead. That country is smashed. I can't imagine. You know, we boo-hooed, and as horrible as it was, but we boo-hooed over 3,000 people dying on 9/11. 3,000. That's it. 3,000. 30, 40, 50,000 dying. You know, that's a bigger deal when your country is also smashed. I was in the comment sections on somebody's YouTube channel, and I think I made the comment that because someone had the cockeyed optimism that like we Americans, we get together after like 9/11 and Katrina and the tornado that tore. I'm like, you have no fucking idea. When the country gets destroyed, if the power grid goes down for more than 10 days, it's the Walking Dead. It is and you better fucking kill everything you see that's walking because they're going to come and get you. And that's what it's going to be in this. We are so far removed from an actual massive disaster. We have no fucking clue. And other countries deal with it regularly. You know, Chile, they get an earthquake every couple of years. They get destroyed. Mexico has earthquakes. All this shit happens, and like shitloads of people die. We lose a couple thousand and act like it's the end of the world. Even here, when I got the hurricane that happened, it was very local. You know, it was one state and 3 counties. That's it.
Yep.
You know, so, but it was enough to make everybody on edge and tight-assed and ready to fight each other. It's close. We're 9 meals away from anarchy.
Yeah.
So, good luck.
Scary to think.
It's enough to drive a man to drink.
Oh my God. And then some.
Yep. I wish I had more cheery things to talk about, but unfortunately I don't. Did you also hear? I heard this on the Brandon Tatum's channel. That the one of the officers who was assigned to that Scorpion team who beat the shit out of that guy, that Tyre Nichols, remember him who died? Just happened.
Yeah.
The cops beat the shit out of him. I forget where it was. They did. One of the guys did in fact take pictures of his beat ass and send them to people, including the cop's baby mama who Tyre was dating. It came out.
Yeah.
It came out in a deposition. See, cops don't have to give you, like, if something happens like that, cops have to give some sort of statement in the beginning. And it came out that this guy said yes to that question that was asked. Did you take pictures and did you send those pictures out to so and so and so and so? And he said yes. So there was a component that this was personal. So I hope that anybody who says that Tyre was a bad guy or a criminal or this or that and the shit like that, I hope they do a little research into that and figure out what the hell is going on, because I'd be interested to hear how that works, how the cops make statements and then don't have to give a full statement. They get time to go away and think about it and come back and make their full statement. But yeah, it looks like this guy was a real fucking creep, a real piece of shit, and so was that task force. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Ashley said, how about the whack job that plowed through the sidewalks in a U-Haul box truck in New York and killed or at least severely injured 9 people? I said, and I want to just say, and the cop that came behind him as a cleanup man.
Yeah, should have just put a street sweeper on the front of his truck.
Like, what the fuck? Really, dude? I mean,
why couldn't he drive down the street?
Yeah, exactly. If they had a chance before, they didn't after you got done with them. I mean,
know.
Fuck.
Chief, we don't know what happened with Tyre. Now, granted, I get it. If you run from the cops, you can expect a beatdown, is your comment. Well, first of all, the cops are not supposed to beat you down. Okay? That's not their job. Secondly, I do understand the mentality, because everybody, and I'm even getting tired of it, I'm seeing every video where everybody who gets pulled over is a multi son of a bitch and giving the cop a hard time, and I don't have to show you my license, and I don't know, all this crap they do. So that gets old, and I can understand that, you know, some people need to be taught a lesson. In Tyre's case, if in fact he knew that the cop who pulled him over was the cop because he was banging that cop's ex baby mama, he knew it was personal, and it seemed awful personal. That was a felony stop where they yanked him out of the car and started beating on him. So he was resisting, and there comes a point, I'm sorry, there comes a point where if I go limp and they handcuff me, they're just going to beat the shit out of me and kill me. I'm trying to get away. So he ran, and I don't really blame him. If it pans out that was the cop and he knew the cop and they've exchanged words before and there was bad blood there, I would have tried to get away too, because I would not trust someone with the power of a cop over me who's pissed off at me. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. So I get it. But I also hear what you're saying too. Wasp, I hope you're feeling much better, by the way. I'm glad you're here. We've missed you.
Yes, I'm glad you're feeling better, or at least here.
Yep. 2 riots. What is Ashley saying here? Fucking cops that are so hard up for the catch. It's like a cat trying to get a mouse, but they're animals. We're not. Yeah, I agree. You know, where was the victim in this reckless driving that supposedly Tyre Nichols was doing? Where's the victim? Did anybody come forward and say he almost hit my car or he ran over my baby on the sidewalk and blah blah blah? No, nobody has said anything. So I completely disagree that the cops had him on reckless driving. I haven't seen any proof. None. Nothing. Stay alive and bitch. Glad to be back. Still alive and bitching. Glad to be back. Congratulations. Yeah. That's the way to be. Bobby says, after the way they yanked him out and hit him, I don't blame him for running. Me neither, Bobby. I don't either. That was crazy. Crazy aggressive. If that cop had personal relationship with Tyre, he should have never been involved in the arrest of him. Yeah. No, I agree.
That's a good point.
Crimes require victims. Great point. Great point. No victim, no crime. Absolutely, Bobby. That's the way I look at it. The state cannot be a victim. Welcome back, Waspy, says Black Dog. So did you pin the link?
I did.
Oh, okay. So we just have nobody interested in coming on and
Nobody's interested.
Because we're boring. We're horrible tonight. I understand.
We get it.
Yep.
Hi,
Sure
Kai.
do. Hi, Kai. Kia, Kaya, or Tracy.
Yeah.
Ooh, so I was the last culprit. She says I was the last culprit. I was the last culprit who didn't hit the like. Now there's 17 likes and 17 watching. Hey, we're batting 1,000. Nice.
Boom.
Missy says, I don't have enough proof either way. They're keeping a lot from the public. They sure are. I agree with that. Hey, with
Bobby
new
said he's
information.
eating a chicken patty at the moment.
Is Patty, you're eating Patty's chicken? Is that what you call it?
Is that what her name is?
Yeah.
Is that what
Patty.
she calls it?
She calls it her chicken.
She calls it her chicken?
Hal says, I'm not sure if the first
Does
cops...
it taste like chicken, Bobby?
It always tastes like chicken unless it tastes like fish. And then it's bad.
Then run. Ugh.
Yeah. I'm still not sure if the first cops that made the stop were involved with the second part on the street corner. They did it. The one that got sprayed and was having his eyes cleaned, got in his car, peeled out, and went to where they had caught him. And he's one of the cops that showed up while he was being beaten. And I think he was the cop that wound up punching the shit out of him. So I don't know. That's the thing. In the doc, certain people all kind of look the same. So wearing all black and shit, I couldn't tell who was who.
Bobby said, yeah, got cock in my mouth. She's from Thailand.
Ooh. We need to do some shots in this verbal pub. You know what, Bobby? You're right. You are right. You are right. You are right. So I am going to do a shot of Wild Turkey 101. This show is brought to you by Wild Turkey 101. It is a fantastic bourbon whiskey. I highly recommend it. Ooh, sounds good. I don't care. I'm just going to keep saying this show is brought to you by these things, by the way. The hell with it.
Yeah.
Why not? Eventually someone will pay us or sue us. It's going to go one of two ways.
Fuck.
So,
for the record, I don't drink that shit.
Okay, you're clear. You're in the clear. I will offer this toast to those that come to the Y&G pub every week. We salute you guys. We thank you guys for coming. You're always fun. You guys are the best. You're the cool kids. I love how we can talk about anything and that we all stick together no matter what. So,
like
cheers.
Cheers.
Good stuff. Woo. Yeah, that 101. It's got a little kick. Fucking heart attack.
Don't be doing that.
No, I know.
Fuck, we'll definitely get some kind of strike against us.
I know.
It'll be medical misinformation or something.
Yeah, I know, right? Bobby says this, and I saw this earlier, and I immediately thought the same thing too. Someone said, "Happy VD Day." Everyone, I hope everyone gets VD or whatever, something like that. That's funny. Oh,
you got yourself muted, Ash.
Did you add her, or did I?
Hold on.
Oh, wait, we lost you. 1 second. 1 second. There you go. Hey-oh.
Oh, shit, I dropped my phone. Sorry. I dropped my phone. Hi, everybody.
How are you?
Hi.
I'm okay. I had a hell of a week last week.
I'm sorry.
I know that.
My crappy car that is like ancient that we were saving up to get a new one with our, income tax this year and everything. And we've been saving up, and the week I had to get it inspected, the battery died. It needed tires. I had to put all this money into a car that has like 165,000 miles on it. So, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. So, no, I was like the day before I had to get it inspected, the battery died. $225 for a freaking battery. Killed me. But
That's
what are you gonna do?
I'm playing with the pictures because I don't know what the buttons do. So just bear with me.
Well, don't make me big. Don't make me big.
I absolutely am. Because I want you to model the outfit that you're apparently going to be wearing.
No, listen.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
No, it's fine. I'm totally. Are you kidding me? There's my cat. Look at my little kitty cat.
Are you gonna?
She's bold. My little mini kitty.
Oh,
you can't show your pussy.
We thought you
Look
were
at her.
going
She
to show
hates
something special. for
No, my
Valentine's
real
Day.
cat. She hates being held, and she's like the tiniest little thing, but she beats the crap out of my dog. Here, look at there she is.
There you go. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty.
My little stray rescue, another one.
You need to trim that kitty. It's a little 70s.
It's a little
Okay, there you go. With a raccoon tail.
Oh shit. Yes, Chief.
No, so I didn't want to come on and be like, "Oh, my life's problems." Whoa, but
no. I mean, you could do something.
Life happens. Life happens.
Yeah.
That's right.
So your
it's
car,
always something, right?
What did you need done with your car again?
Well, the day before I was supposed to take it in for inspection, the battery totally died. When I went to leave work, it was dead. And so then I had my brother come and jump me and all that. And the mechanic who I take it to
write themselves. I'm sorry. The puns just write themselves.
What did I say? What did I say? Oh, my brother, came and jumped you.
Your brother came and jumped you.
No, because he's a pain in the ass. I had to pay my own brother $20 just to freaking come and jump my car. How sad is that?
God.
Goddamn
freaking
family members. Family sucks.
You just tell him that we made fun of him because he made you pay him $20 to jump you. You just let him know that we made fun of his ass for it.
Even though my mother just paid thousands of dollars to get his vehicle fixed, but whatever, we're not going to go on that subject because, he's the baby boy who had a divorcee father and didn't have a role model and wah, wah, wah.
I hear you. Rooster
Families,
Rooster thinks
what's up?
$20. Rooster thinks a $20 jump is cheap.
Yeah, well, not if it's from your brother.
This is true. I'm hoping he's at least a stepbrother, and then that's okay.
No, he's my full-blooded baby brother. No.
Wow. Oh,
nope.
I got you. I had to bring my car in.
Family could be complicated.
Yes. I had to bring
so anyway, so then I was supposed to get it inspected that next day, but I couldn't because I had to go get a battery because the mechanic wasn't able to get one in for a few days, and I couldn't go that long without a car. And then my kiddo got real sick, so it was just a shit show of a week.
I understand.
Life. Yeah. That's all. Life.
Yeah. Oh, look, Amanda Tavasoli. Hi guys, sorry I'm late to the live. I'm away in Florida.
Oh, Amanda, good for you, Amanda.
Yeah.
You want to come in, Amanda?
That would be so funny. Oh my God, Bobby had pissed down both legs.
Oh, you want to stay there? I got you. We'll put some clothes on, will you?
She's under the desk, under the desk, under the desk. Don't lie. There you go. Whoops, Bobby, sorry.
Oh my God, you guys are terrible.
Well, it is the gutter show, so.
No, listen, you guys know me. I'm not offended in any way. Jesus.
Okay, good. And Amanda, I'm sorry. I'm just joking. Amanda is not here.
Listen, if you all are here, you all know what the deal is. Seriously.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Nothing is off limits and nobody's safe.
Bobby said, laugh my ass off. It is VD day.
Yeah, that's VD.
Oh my God, that's horrible. That is horrible. What do you guys
I mean, if we really want to go there, I'm petting my pussy and she's purring, so how about that?
Nice. Means you're doing something right. Very nice. What do you think of Valentine's Day?
We don't celebrate it really. I don't buy cards. We don't do gifts. Like we've been together almost a decade. Like, oh, is it Valentine? It's like another day. Like, who
Don't
cares?
waste
You love
money
each
on
other
that
every
shit.
day.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Go out to dinner and get laid and say, woohoo, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You're lucky you're getting laid.
Well, I mean, I used to look at it like, and I said this to Gutter early. We were talking earlier today, and I said, back in the day when I was just horny all the time, Valentine's Day, my gift was you're getting laid.
That's right.
all it was. And then after that, I mean, you might get flowers and a card or something like that, but it was strictly let's bump uglies.
That was to get
And
down the
Listen,
pants.
in my life, the only reason why it's happening today is because I was too tired yesterday, to be honest with you. So I just rolled over into today.
there you go. Well, shit, at least she keeps a total. She keeps a running tab. Nice. Good
Hey,
deal.
Marvin
it
used
is
to
what
have
it
a
is.
calendar because I would constantly go, I went through this phase where it was like, So I got this happy face calendar and he got all these happy faces so that if he got it, he could put a happy face on the calendar so that I could see, he could count them up at the end of the year and show me how much he wasn't getting it.
Ah,
You better keep track.
nice. Good deal.
It can go back down. It can go either way.
Well, then for a while it was like I couldn't stay off him, so it was full of fucking happy faces.
Oh,
Like those calendars that come with little stickers, dentist,
Then he
doctors,
was, well, the next year
special
came around,
occasion.
the next year came around and I bought the calendar and he's like, uh-oh, fuck.
very cool.
Get your pants off,
funny.
boy.
Kia says Valentine's Day was yesterday. Keep up.
Well, she's elsewhere, right? She's in another. Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
They're ahead
Oh,
a whole
okay.
day.
Sorry, y'all already celebrated, but do people celebrate all over the world Valentine's, or is it an American thing?
That's a good question.
Because I know originally, wait, what was the was when what was the whole meaning behind Valentine's? When one of the what was it with one of the Saint Valentine, or does anybody know?
I don't know. Yeah,
Somebody
the Saint
said it
HALLMARK
was a
card
man
was made,
thing.
and someone said you
See,
got to get
Bobby,
one for your
where'd
wife.
it come from?
I don't know.
Yeah, ask
Bobby,
Bobby. He'll know.
Or Fly Crew, Tony, somebody.
I
else.
know that St. Patrick's Day was the day that whoever, I forget the name of him, he ran the
St.
snakes out
Patrick.
of Ireland, correct?
Yeah, I think that was St. Patrick.
St. Patrick, Jesus Christ. It's been a
No,
long
just
day.
St.
not
Patrick.
Jesus
No
Christ.
Jesus.
Not Jesus wasn't there.
I say that all the time, and everybody's like, I'm like, listen, that's what I say. My mom's now dating a new guy, and he's like very Southern religious, and she lives in Florida, but he's from Indiana, but he's like a very Southern guy, even though he's a biker. And me and her talk very much similar. Like her and I, you wouldn't know the difference because she's my mom. And we're always like, Jesus Christ, or oh my God, or this or that. And he's like, whose God? My God, his God, her God. He's always busting on her because she's taking the Lord's name in vain. So, but it's just how I talk. So sorry if I offend anybody.
Get over it.
Don't
people.
apologize. This
Jesus
is the
Christ.
offense show. Yeah.
Just don't even.
I think it's kind of funny that everybody who claims a religion or a doctrine to a religion is actually atheist, because there's over 5,000 gods. They just happen to think all those other gods don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So at least I don't know. I don't know who's right, who's wrong.
I believe in all the things. I really do. Which I don't know. I believe in all the things. I believe in astrology. I believe the stars you're born under definitely have something to do with personalities, and I don't know. I mean, I'm a Gemini through and through. There's no black. It's black or white. There ain't no gray area with me. I'm one or the other. Like, so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of two minds. Yeah.
Everybody's like, yeah, you're two-faced, or you're bipolar. I'm like, yeah, pretty much, but at least I keep it real.
There you go.
At least I got more than one to pick from, motherfuckers.
That's right. That's right.
Bobby says he posted the history of it in the Discord, so he's trying to get
Thanks,
people
Bob.
into the Discord. Who else is in that Discord? Anybody? You
I
guys
think
all
on
of
Missy
us.
just
YouTube?
joined today, didn't she?
Missy
Oh,
at
Yeah.
like 1 in the morning.
I don't have time to like go on it all the time as much as other
don't
people do.
either.
Like, yeah, no, I see like all these things come up now that I'm on there, but I'm like, oh God, I'm at work. Like I can't, I can't
Yeah.
read through everybody's stuff.
yeah. See, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
going to run
usually
into,
just
and
go
I
to
can't
like the
do it.
last few and look through it, or if there's some
I
kind of
like-
long thread that I see, then I'll look at it. But I don't have
Yeah.
to. That's what's nice about it. Is you don't have to go on it, every day, or you can just go on
Right.
when you want and just kind of skim through the funny shit that you want to see and move on. I mean, there's
Yeah, during the
no-
live streams, I think it's the most fun.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, because you kind of get to say shit about other people that they don't know because they ain't, which is kind of funny actually.
It is
I
kind of
always
funny.
miss
Who
it,
knows
like,
what was
right
said
now-
about who knows what was said about me before I joined, but I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, well, that's with most of us. We
Like
don't
if
give a
you
shit,
said
so.
something, Gutter, if you said something about me, then I would take it to heart because
Yeah,
you're my girl.
well,
But
and I would
other
say,
people, like the people that just want to hear their own fucking voice,
yeah, who cares?
I'm good.
You gotta
Yeah.
get,
I don't
you
need to be
gotta
your
care
friend.
what they think.
There's a lot of that happens. Yeah. People that just
I
like
know.
to
I was
talk.
just talking to my fiance today about it because he went on his first live stream. He was all excited, like on his channels he watches. He's like, I
Mhm.
finally got on. I was like, it feels good to like be on and like actually like in live, like talk to the people that you interact with for months and months on like certain
Right.
channels. And
Sure.
I was like, you sort of feel special when you're on because you're on like a live feed on YouTube.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
he's like, yeah. And I was like, but then there's always the ones. There's always the ones that just want to, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm like that. I don't know, but like spew at the mouth and or like, oh God, when are they gonna stop? Like, what are they? You roll your
Well,
eyes like,
and
oh
here's
boy.
the ones I don't
They've been
care
under
about.
a rock for 20 years, and this is the first time they've talked to any strangers. You know what
To
I
me,
mean?
it
Those
doesn't
types.
matter. I don't give a shit. Any of them, I don't care what they do on it. They can say whatever, as long as they're not bringing, the whole porn sites and that shit on there, because then you
Yeah,
get in trouble for
and
it.
it
But
kind of.
otherwise, I don't even care. Even like when we're on Rick's, unless I feel like if you outright said something to me that I didn't necessarily agree with, I might disagree with you. But if you passively aggressive do it, there's a really big chance I'm going to aggressive. There ain't going to be no passive about it. It's going to be all aggressive. And I'm just going to say it like I want to, because I can't deal with people that like beat around the bush. Just fucking say straight
You know
up
who?
what
You know, on Rick's channel, you know who totally got under my skin a long time ago, and every time I freaking see his goddamn name, I get immediately irritated. Is that freaking Chatty Factory? The freaking Jewish, is he Jewish or is the whole Jewish Israeli nonsense that he's always ranting and raving about every little fucking thing, and he
Well,
brings
now
it
I
up
don't
when
even-
nobody else is even talking about it.
I don't know who that
pay
I
is.
wish he would have
attention to
blocked him a
that
long
other
time
one.
ago.
The one that talked about Mary and the little girl, I don't even pay attention to that one. I just, as soon as I see a shit, I just let it scroll on by. I don't fuck it. I'm not having nothing
I just
to
certain
do.
people just get under my skin, and I'm the type that I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, say something stupid. Just give me a reason for me to bitch you out, because I will.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I had to blow my nose.
Do you feel better?
Well, it happens.
I do. The cocaine.
Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah.
Don't be rubbing.
Listen, I'm
shit
only
in.
39, and I think I'm in premenopause, so that sucks.
Oh,
Sorry,
I have to change
TMI.
I have
No.
to change my.
You know,
it's
age.
life.
yeah, it sucks though. I mean,
You
listen,
know,
I'm
I
can
happy
imagine.
because I have other female issues, so the sooner it ends, the better. But I'm at work and my nose just drips, and I didn't know that like post-nasal drip is a symptom.
Huh.
Besides all the other symptoms I didn't know were
That
symptoms.
might
But
just mean you're full. Huh? Sorry.
Amanda says,
no,
at the
you're good,
moment, I'm
Gutter.
not cuffed. Bobby could tell you I don't use. Just one day I'll show him I cared. I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know what that means, but I heard cuffed. So A woman
she cuff
handcuffed
him?
is always a good time.
She looks
I'm sorry.
totally different in that picture.
Who, Amanda?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe is
yeah,
her
that's a
hair
new
darker?
picture. I think that's a new picture.
Yeah.
Her hair
and
maybe is
that's
darker.
only half of her. She cut off her forehead.
Get off my atheist
Well, I was
cloud.
supposed to get up an atheist cloud. Yeah.
Wasp.
Wasp, you do you. Whatever makes you happy.
That's right. We still love you, regardless.
Can't stand hippies.
Oh, you all are crazy. Yeah.
Oh, how do you not like hippies?
Ash is in the Discord. I don't like hippies either.
I am in the Discord. Missy. Oh, he's naming who's in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Got a girl.
Whose name? is it?
I'm with you, Maureen. Let's stay out of it. Let's boycott it. Flat-chested
No,
female.
Maureen, you want to go. You have no
I
idea.
know. It's so
Funny
fun.
shit you miss. You don't even have to say anything. All you have to do is scroll through it and laugh your ass off. Oh my God, it's so funny.
It is funny. I'm glad that I joined. Everyone except Yank.
You'll never get me. You'll never get me in there.
Oh, quit trying to make us a challenge, fucker.
There's no challenge. I'm standing firm. It's just not my thing.
That means you're trying to make it a challenge. And don't say firm again.
That like moist?
Oh,
One of the words you don't say?
damp.
Kinda.
Damp, yeah.
Juicy.
Swamp
Musty.
ass.
No, I was going gutter with it, not disgusting.
Oh, sorry, Gutter. Well, I hear damp, moist. I was thinking, ugh, not in a good way. I guess
Yeah,
moist is a good
juicy.
word, of course. Yeah. Wet is probably the word to go with.
Drizzly.
Drizzly.
Don't get me going. We better just shut up right now.
Chance of sprinkles.
Bad.
Bad.
I was going to say earlier when Gutter was talking about being passive aggressive, I was like, nah, she's not passive aggressive. She's massive aggressive.
Yeah, no, she's not passive at all. There's no passive about her.
No,
I'm not
it's just
either, though, so I
massive.
enjoy it. No. Hey, there's nothing wrong with saying how you feel and speaking your mind,
Oh,
especially
God.
from a woman.
Oh, God.
That's not what I'm told by
That's
many
all they
of
do
them.
is say.
Same here. Listen, Julie, same here.
Yeah. Shit.
Listen, I'm like one of those people when I see somebody roll up into a handicap spot because they're an entitled, lazy person, and they get out and they're freaking obese, and then they like look around like, well, what did I do? And it's like, walk the extra 5 feet to park in another list. Don't get me on a tangent because I will get on a tangent. Shopping carts, parking spots, and then they wonder why they are freaking overweight. Like, well,
So one time, there's a YouTuber that's on, well, they actually are now on TLC, and they're, the little people. Anyways.
oh yeah, midgets. You don't want to say
yes.
midget?
Yeah, no. Dwarf.
It used to be a real term,
Fidget.
though.
One time it was around Christmas time, and it was super busy, and this guy went and there was hardly any parking spots, and there was like 7 right at the end. I mean, clear at the fucking end of the parking lot. And it was a long walk. But this guy in his nice rig, he pulls up and he parks across like 4 of those. And so it was really hard to get in. So I was busy. I had shit to do. But I took the time to go get a bunch of shopping carts. And I put them all the way around his rig. And I mean all the way around.
Good for you.
So
good for you.
He had to move a lot of shopping carts to get his rig out.
But see, like, I don't know if it's because I worked at a lot of grocery stores when I was younger, but like even when I go to the grocery now, like if there's like a bunch of carts like around where I park, I'll grab those carts and I'll push them in. Like, just cause, like, number one, they could get blown away. They can hit other cars. People won't be able to park in the spot. Like, I don't know. Excuse me, but I don't know.
It was kind of
I just don't get why people are so lazy and entitled.
There's a funny
I hate
YouTube
it.
channel if you want to watch it. It's called Cart Narcs, as in narcotics.
Yeah, I think I watched that guy a couple times. And then there's that other guy. Is he the one that writes tickets and puts them on people's windshields?
Yeah. He's got like magnets.
Yeah, like
and
you're an
shit.
asshole, and he videotapes them. And
people are fucking it's
I gotta grab
amazing
something
to
to
me.
drink.
There's been like, I've seen like the Karens almost run him over a couple times.
People fucking lose their minds.
They don't want to be on camera being called out. Well,
yeah, and
guess what? Don't be fucking lazy.
Moving the cart fucking 2 spaces over and putting it in the corral thing. They just won't do it. Did
you ever see the viral video? It's been up for years and years now, where the 2 guys in the Jeeps, they're like jacked up Jeep Wranglers, and they're all souped up like the Renegade Jeeps, and somebody parked too close to him. So him and his buddy parked, I think, both on each side, and they blocked the car in so tight that the guy literally had to climb through, like, I think, his hatch just to get into his car. It was freaking, it was epic.
I think I did.
It was epic.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on the internet for like a long time.
I mean, I've noticed that much like planes and buses and things, the space for each individual person is getting smaller and smaller, and that includes in parking lots. I can't get in and out of my car without fear of dinging some door next to me, even when they're parked correctly or I'm parked correctly. There's still not enough room.
Yeah, no, they made the spaces a lot smaller than they used to be.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, I'm moving about my house, but
that's okay.
But anyways, yeah, they are very, very slim compared to the way they used to be, probably to accommodate all the thousands of extra people that just got here in the last freaking 5 years.
Right. Oh no, Missy. No, she says, I don't return carts. It takes away jobs. No.
Oh no, Missy, that is not.
No, you gotta put the
shame,
cart
Missy.
back.
Shame.
Now I agree. I agree with the self-checkout and things like that, but put the cart back because there's always a chance
I'll tell you what, I worked
and hit someone else's car.
I worked for many stores, and the cart guys or kids are the same guys that are stocking shelves, arranging the shelves. They're the same people. They don't pay a special person just to get carts. I can tell you that right now. They don't. So just so you know, Missy, put your cart back. At least put it in the cart corral.
Yeah. I mean, that's all. But stick it in the thing.
Because if the wind blows and it goes and dents up somebody's new car, then they're not. Come on, it's just courtesy. I don't know. It's not taken away from jobs. Put your cart back. You got it from inside the store. Put it back inside the store.
Oh, no. I put it in the cart return thing.
No, that's what I said. The cart corral or the store, depending if they have them or not. Because where I live, it's smaller. So sometimes they don't have the cart corrals.
Oh, hell. Come on. You're another one? No, dude. There's nobody technically hired to deal with the carts.
It's not job security. It's the kids that stock the shelves have to get called out for carts. That's how it goes. Even for Walmart. Same thing.
Yeah,
I miss the good old days.
I guess my carts that I pay for.
That's why I love it. Do you guys have Aldi's where you live? Does anybody have an Aldi's?
Yes.
Where you have to put in a quarter to get the freaking cart, and if you want to put your get your goddamn quarter back, you better put that cart back.
Oh, we don't have to do that.
What my wife
there's a store where we live where you have to put in a quarter to get the cart.
Fucking grocery store. I think that since we have now become the checkout people, you hardly see people checking out groceries. I think it's because we have made it too easy by doing their job for them.
No, I don't agree with self-checkout. I think it's bullshit. Give these people freaking their goddamn jobs. That's bullshit.
But you think that people should... That makes no fucking sense. If you want them to take back carts, but you don't want them to check out their own groceries,
here's the deal. Here's why.
But it's
because
job security, though.
A cart left by somebody else can roll and hit somebody else's car who did nothing wrong. Self-checkout is a different sort of thing. If you want to check out, you can. You're not taking
Listen,
anything
I'm not
away,
going to
and you're not hurting
lie.
anybody.
I use self-checkout because I've worked in the industry so long that I know how to quickly self-checkout. But I also hate the fact that I feel like I don't want to walk in a store one day and there's not any register to go to if you want to actually go to a person, especially for the elderly who don't get self-checkout, handicapped who can't do self-checkout. Like I don't know, like those jobs are a dime a dozen. They don't pay those people all that much money. And how much are they paying for those computers that are at the self-checkout? Do you really think that they're less than what they're paying somebody a year?
But, Missy, are you saying that you just leave your cart in the middle of the parking lot? Like you don't put it back in the cart corral or any place? You
That's
just
what she's
leave it?
saying. She just leaves it.
You know how many fucking carts that
Oh God, I started a debate.
Oh, Missy, you are
That's
mean.
okay. That's okay. Hi, Mick. Good evening. Yeah, I mean, you know. Hey,
But
to
I'm
each
just
his
saying,
own,
like,
you
I
know?
see elderly all the time trying to navigate like self-checkouts and they have no clue. So then an employee has to come over and assist them because they don't know what they're doing or, you know.
Sure.
So there's always going to be a need for a human to be there.
Let me tell you that if somebody tells me that I should put my cart back, I'm pretty certain that I'm going to turn around and tell them mind their own fucking business. I'm just saying that I'm pretty certain that it's going to come out my mouth. I'm telling you.
But you just said you put your cart back in a cart corral.
I do, but I ain't having somebody tell me that I have to put my cart.
No, but I mean, you're not just throwing your cart. You're not just throwing your cart next to your parking spot and saying, "Oh well, like whatever."
See, Missy's saying she puts it onto the curb so it's not rolling out or anything.
Yeah,
so
that's not okay.
Curb, a piece of the space. Yeah, no, that's
I
not okay
flipped
either.
it into the curb, especially if the cart thing is full. I'll put it over in the over into the island where they waste all that fucking room.
So she's complaining that how many carts hit her car for 30 effing years, but she doesn't put her cart back. But she hops it over the curb.
They weren't her carts that hit it.
Well, all I could say is this. Okay. I get a good feeling putting my cart back.
My thing is it's pure laziness. If you can't put the cart back where you got it, or at least into a corral, that's laziness. If it's pouring down rain and there's a situation where you don't want to get soaking wet, fine. But just put the goddamn cart back.
I'm not going to give anybody a label like that and say they're lazy. All I'm going to say is I get a good feeling when I put my cart back in the corral.
What other reason would it be?
And I don't care what it is. That's their reason. I'm saying for me.
Or entitlement, one of the two.
For me, because I'm not looking to start shit, I put my cart back. And what I tend to do is when I'm walking back to my
maybe
cart,
it's my background to working in stores.
Okay, but you know, I'm just saying, for me, I always try to put carts back. And I take carts from people. If I see an old person that just got done doing their cart, I take their cart and I bring it to the thing. It makes me feel good. I don't know why, but it does. And that's all.
Oh, Amanda thinks we should return them too. You guys, don't tell me to return my carts. I'm going to have to leave it out in the fucking parking lot. You guys are saying this shit now. All right, here comes Missy. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Fuck the carts.
No, you fuck the carts.
Seriously.
No, seriously, you fuck the carts.
I'm too old to be returning carts, and I took care of a disabled man. You know I had to fucking put him in the fucking car.
You're too old.
I love it.
I am. I got bad knees. I'm filled with fucking arthritis. I got a handicap sticker, and I'm gonna fucking use it everywhere.
Wow.
Sorry, Ash. Sorry.
Oh my God, that was funny.
You're young, Ash. You got the body to do it.
I'm not that young. I'm 40 years old. I'm not that young.
You could be my kid.
Okay, but that's fine. But my mother is twice my age, or 20 some years older than me, and she returns her cart, and she's got all kinds of health problems. So,
well, she should get a fucking handicap sticker.
That Gash's mom.
she doesn't choose to get a handicap sticker because she's self-efficient. Like, I mean, if she was that disabled, she would get one. But
well,
you know,
I'm not disabled.
I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be a bitch, but just listen.
You know, I returned my cards for years. You know, let the young kids get them. And it's not like I'm like flying them through the fucking parking lot. If I see some asshole taking up 2 spots, then I do. It's totally aimed at their fucking car. And we got a lot of those assholes in Connecticut.
Okay.
That's just me, though. I mean, hey.
I understand.
I'm in Connecticut. We're rude up here, man. And then I got my other person. Proud of. Well, it is. I mean, that's Northerners for you. Ask Bobby; he'll tell you.
I am a Northerner.
Where are you?
But I was raised to be, you know, different, I guess.
No, I was raised to be a loudmouth.
I am a loudmouth.
Missy's
I'm the biggest loudmouth in my family.
Ash is a cart returner.
There we go.
God, there's a lot of estrogen in this fucking live stream.
Dude, it's usually me. I'm excited. It's not.
I know. That's why I'm just sitting back like.
No, I worked in stores when I was a kid. I stocked shelves. I worked on a deli. I worked in a meat room. I know what they do. They're young. Let them fucking haul carts.
Well, I have to tell you.
Listen, I work at a store that sells dogs, and we have to clean freaking a whole kennel of dog shit. And I work with women that are in their 60s that still climb on the ground to freaking clean dog shit. So I don't know.
Well, just God saying. Bless their fucking bones, man.
One does have severe arthritis, and she still does it.
Does she have 2 replaced knees?
That almost
we don't know what she has. I'm just saying. You don't got to be so defensive about putting a freaking cart back.
My fucking problems, like they're just like I pull them out of random fucking air.
Okay, Missy.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to go off on you, but I am not passive aggressive. I'm fucking aggressive.
You are totally passive aggressive.
No, I'm fucking aggressive. There's a difference.
Okay.
But what was I gonna say? God damn it! Now you made me
don't know,
forget.
Gutter. You're at a
ignorance is ignorance.
Oh, fucking! What is that shit all about, man? What the fuck? I am far from fucking ignorant.
Whoa! Jesus.
I am not ignorant.
Turning carts to ignorance. Come on.
Stubborn, a bitch, a loudmouth, an asshole, not ignorant. Call me anything but fucking ignorant.
I don't think any of us are ignorant. I think we just have our own ways about how we see shit. I mean, I have to say that I go into the fucking grocery store and I see all these kids that are standing around chit-chatting about what they're going to do that night.
And Gutter,
they're not doing their fucking job. So you know what? Go get the dirty motherfucking carts and get the fuck
And I agree. These entitled freaking kids
fucking grocery shopping done.
And I get it. Because when I first worked at my grocery store, my first manager was an old Italian lady that had freaking signs up everywhere that said, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. And now I go into that same exact store that I used to work in for many, many years. And these kids do nothing but bullshit between each other amongst themselves, have their goddamn phones out, and they pay no attention to the customers. So I totally get that. I get that. But to say like, things are different, so fuck them. They need something to do is not an excuse to, I don't know.
Maureen.
Yeah, I worked in one of those stores when I was young.
You know,
old Italian.
It's different generations. It's different generations.
And it's really not different. It's a local store right in town, and they're all on their phones. Even the older women at the register.
And it's the same now. Like, listen, Missy, when I go to work, like I said, I'm almost 40 years old. All these girls that are 20 some, even almost 30 some years or 30 years old, their phones are in their back pockets. My phone's in my goddamn purse. like all day long, because that's the way I was. Like I never had my phone out. Like,
this job, we communicate by our cell phones, by our practice manager, because she's in.
Well, no, we have the
What
same thing
offices?
too. We have. Listen, we have a
But
freaking team app.
I don't turn my cell phone on. It's like at silent at work, and it took me like
Maureen
8 months.
That's a really good point.
We do have a team app that
Look.
like everybody in the company goes on the app to see what's going on throughout the freaking day, who sold a dog, who did this, who did that. And my
Yes.
phone's in my purse and I miss half of it all the time because I don't freaking look at my goddamn phone.
These are
Okay.
direct messages. These are
Bobby's got
texts
better
that
ones that are-
have to be done. Work that has to be done. Oh yeah,
Yo,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Maureen has a really good point.
The world's not ending.
Well, Missy, I want to apologize if I pissed you off or got
That's
you upset.
okay. That's just
That was
me.
not my
You don't have to
intention. I got a
apologize.
little heated,
I'm over
but
it.
no, that is not my intention to get anybody upset. But
I like you,
you know,
Ed.
everybody
No,
has their
if
own
I got a
views and their own
problem, I'll tell
opinions,
you.
and I apologize if I got you upset.
No, that's just me. My
And
blood
it's me
pressure isn't up.
too. I'm a very strong personality, and it's just how I am.
Yeah, if we all got into a room, we'd probably kill each other.
I
Nah,
got boxing gloves.
figure it out.
got
After
boxing
the
gloves.
sparring got over with, we'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Fuck that. When we do a meetup, there's going to be boxing gloves and a ring, and also
And wet
there's going to
t-shirts.
be
Oh,
There's
listen to
gonna be
Yank. Wet t-shirts, only white,
a
right, Yank?
mud. There's going to be a kiddie pool with mud in it. Because
Oh, nice.
I would prefer Jello. Okay.
Not pudding or Jello?
Ooh, Jello.
Just mud?
Jello, nice.
Mud.
if we could do pudding,
Pudding, Jello. Yes.
Jello.
Or how
I'm
about some
I'm referee.
How about
do some
honey?
baby oil or mineral oil or something, you know, more sloshy
Yes.
and lubricant?
Yes.
Something you can
Yes.
eat.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Jello.
See,
now we're
Missy likes
talking, guys.
Jello. What color? What color, Missy? Red or blue or
Red.
green?
Right.
Red. Okay.
Yank, who are
Now
you
we're
going to
talking.
wrestle?
Oh, I ain't wrestling
he's gonna
anybody.
be
I'm
the ref.
reffing. I'm reffing. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
Amanda,
this
it
is
says
gonna
it's
have to come to
irrelevant
my
over
house
the
during the
cards.
summertime.
All right. So, Bobby, you need to write those down. Those are like a couple things that we need.
And Hal, if you're still in here, and I think you are, if you wanted stuff to clip, that would have been a great clip. That whole argument would be something
About
you can
over
clip
shopping carts.
and just, oh, this is what we talk about, shopping carts, and it gets bloody.
Sorry.
First world problems. Here we come.
I love it. See, that's what it's all about. Being able to look back on it in 5 minutes and go, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Bobby,
man.
put that on the
But
Discord.
you know what?
We got
This is
great
the
people.
important part of it, though, is that
Yes.
we're able to come to a resolution, get over it, move
Yeah.
on, apologize, and be freaking adults about it.
Yeah.
And bygones be bygones. It is what it is. It was a moment, and we're done.
Or anything like that.
Most
Yes,
definitely.
Yep.
No.
Now on to this train.
Hal
Speak.
said, leave this up and I will cut it. Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
You can use
Thank
any
you,
of
Hal.
those
What do you
that
got
are
on the
up
train?
there.
What do you got on
I
the train?
think there's going to be major problems for years to come. For years and years. It's going to go deep into the ground. Plants, animals. I'm glad I'm not a meat eater. But that's besides the
Oh, that's
point.
your problem. You don't eat meat. That's why you're so grumpy.
No, I had bacon. I had bacon. Half a pound of bacon and eggs for
Oh.
dinner.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, I eat certain meat. I don't eat fowl and red meat.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
You would
so
have
you
to see
pork-
what.
Pig?
You,
pork and well, you pork then, but no chicken. Right?
No,
So that just
I-
leaves pork.
no,
What
it's
else?
I'm basically a fish eater.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about.
What do they
I
call
forgot
it?
about fish.
Episcopalian? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Episcop. How do you
Wait
say
a
it?
minute.
Episcopalian? Episcoparian?
You
Isn't
said
that a
you ate
religion?
bacon.
No, it's when you only eat fish. My brother did that for a long time.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well, I
never heard
worked
of
in a
that.
meat room. I used to have to use a saw fucking cutting shit up. I didn't eat meat for like 15 years after that. So
Oh.
it really gets to you. So I don't see the pig, but when I got to handle freaking chicken or, my husband loved chicken. So, or any fowl. He wanted me to make duck. And I was like, you're fucking out of here. Go to the fucking restaurant.
Yeah, no duck. Ugh.
He cooked beer. He cooked beer in the house one time. And I hit him in the head. I said, you ever do it again? And it smelled so wretched.
It's me,
Bear?
Tom.
Bear.
Is that what you said? Bear?
Bear.
Oh,
Chief said
okay.
Missy, Chief said you have meat trauma.
I do.
I can see that happening. I've
Yeah.
watched
Been
a bunch of
traumatized
videos.
by meat, you
I've
fuckers.
I've watched a bunch of videos myself on what do they call it? The wholesale slaughter or commercial slaughter of animals for consumption.
Yeah,
It's fucking terrible. It's a horror
is bad.
show.
They
I mean,
for lamb they keep them in like a 2x4 fucking box and don't let them get bigger too. It's
yeah. I mean
it's
that's
not a
like the real one horrible thing a lot of people point out. But even if you look at cows,
oh
I
yeah.
mean, the way they treat cows is horrible.
God, they
And-
used to just slaughter the head right off them. Now they're
Well,
a little bit more.
Well, that would be the easy way. Then now they break their tails to get them to move. They electroshock them. They beat them with sticks, like fucking fucking oars on boats. They beat them, and it's horrible to get them to move and all this other stuff. Listen, I don't know what the answer is to being able to feed as many people as we have, especially where we are an animal protein society. And I think the human
I
species,
feel
to be
like-
honest, is animal protein driven as a food source. But I don't know what the answer is in order to have enough animals. But I do believe they should be treated with dignity, and they should be treated as a life that is sacrificing itself for your
Boy, they never
nourishment.
have.
I know they haven't. and
They
it's terrible.
Well,
haven't.
that's
think
what I was gonna say. Is like I feel like it's probably more humane now than it ever was, as far as
Nah.
slaughtering animals.
No, it's not.
I think the Indians actually, it was a culture and they respected the animals that they could.
I
What?
totally beg to differ.
Uh-oh.
I
Another
grew
fight.
up on
Round
a
two.
reservation.
Ding, 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 ding.
I
Go
grew up
ahead.
on a reservation and I seen some of the sickest shit that they did with the animals that they would slaughter. And let me tell you what, they were not respecting it. It would end up in the bottom of a fridge rotten. They would throw it out.
Ugh.
They never respected it. A lot would take what they wanted and they'd leave the rest. They don't.
Julie.
So, and
I don't
that's
think
not
Missy's
all of
talking
them.
about modern
I'm
day.
talking about like before the white men came, here.
Yeah, before
Yeah,
the refrigerator.
it was like before, they dried their shit and all that. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's the last time people respected animals that they had to kill and eat and use every part of the animal.
Well, even if we look at just the simple fact of numbers, right? Back in the day, okay, maybe we didn't have some of the mechanical ways in which they stun the animal and this and that before they kill it. Maybe they didn't have that, but still, the animal was, because there were less of them and less humans, they didn't have to cram them all into these little areas and have them walking around in their own shit and feces all day long. And they were healthier, they were cared for, and when they were slaughtered, it was not this machinery where it was just like things walking in one door and coming out wrapped in plastic the next. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of horrible, man. I mean, I would advise everybody, if in case they were interested, I mean, you can find this shit on YouTube, and I'm surprised it's on there given how sensitive YouTube is about things. But I think it's a good thing for people to wake up to is industrial farming of animals. It is brutal. It is brutal.
Yeah,
because there's so many.
Yeah, do you remember that movie back in the day? It was over like 20 years ago. And it had to do with all what people did with animals, and it was like a movie on like a VHS. There was something fear. Oh, what the fuck is it? I'll figure it out. I'll post it in
Okay.
Discord, okay?
Won't do me any good, but okay. Nice try.
Ash,
Nice
my
try to
cat
get me in
hides.
there.
Ash, my cat hides when she hears a live go on.
What, are you going to show your pussy
No,
too?
my cat is obsessed with my phone. Like when she sees the lights and then when I scroll, she tries to attack the phone. Like she tries to scroll. It's weird. And
My
this
cat
cat,
hides.
she's from a feral mother. The mother only had one kitten, was her, and she like looks like one of those munchkins, you know, the ones with the real short legs. Like she's never gonna grow. This cat is like 8 months old and she's the size of like a 5-month-old kitten. It's weird.
Well, my cat.
But she beats
Go
she
ahead.
beats the living crap out of my little Cairn Terrier, who's like muscular as could be, like 15 pounds, and he was crying the other day when she attacked him.
That's the only picture you'll see of my cat right there.
There you
And
go.
Is she a tortoiseshell?
yeah, she's a tortie, and she's got gorgeous
Yeah, I
eyes.
figured. I was going to ask you about the picture because I know only females can be torties. So
Yep, 1 out of 3,000 are males, and they're
Yeah.
feral. Yeah, but I found
Yep.
her. She was a runt underneath a porch in the city over, and
Aw.
yeah, and she's fucking 15 pounds because she's long.
Oh my
Her
God.
tail reaches the top of her head, and she's got
No,
short
my-
legs.
Aw. But no, mine is like a little, I call her the mini kitty because look at her. I know you can't tell like on video, but she's like the size of a half a cat and she's full grown.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
She's
she
so
is
tiny.
little.
She's so tiny.
My last cat that I had for 18 years, she was a
Look at her
tuxedo.
raccoon tail. She got a raccoon tail.
I had a tuxedo for 18 years, and she only grew.
Oh.
She was only 8 pounds her whole life.
We had a tuxedo that was another same my mom's cousin, his wife lives in an area where there's tons of strays, and so she knows that there's a mama that's pregnant or any other cat. She'll try to catch them and she brings them in, she gets them fixed, and then she lets them go. But if she knows somebody's pregnant, she has like a little enclosed like sunroom porch, so she'll keep the mama in there till they give birth, and then she'll find homes and then fix the mama and whatever. But so this is the second cat I had. My first cat was a tuxedo and she was gorgeous. And
They're smart.
unfortunately, because of her feral nature, I never let her out because we live near a main we live on a main road. I didn't, the chances of her getting hit or something happening. Well, unfortunately, during the summer she did get hit at night because she was black, obviously a tuxedo, and it was horrible. Thankfully, she didn't suffer, but
Yeah, I'm in a
It's
neighborhood where there's the lady that lived next door. She let cats she didn't get them fixed, and we had probably 50 in the neighborhood.
oh boy, yeah.
And that's how my cat ended up dying, my last cat, because she couldn't fight back and she would howl if we didn't let her out. And she was declawed because my asshole husband had her a year before I met him. And then he let her out, but she could climb trees. He killed everything, even birds, the state bird even. So
Yeah.
the feral
Her
cat,
cat, like that first one I had, we didn't let her out,
Yes,
but she
Bobby,
just
it
had
is.
that feral nature where she wanted to be out, and then she had this obsession with rolling in like the grit of the road and the sidewalks. I guess like the small, the rocks and whatnot. She liked rolling in it, and because she was black, she went right in the middle of the road. And I got a routine when she would get out. Like she was so
That's
quick, she'd
racist.
slip right through our hands. Like if you open the door, she'd be right there, slip right out. And unfortunately, like she double backed on me. I went down because she used to go between the two houses by me, and I went between the two houses, and here she double backed and went under a car. And then before I knew it, I heard the thunk, and poor. The saddest part was my son saw it. That was like the most horrible part of it. He's only 7. He was like traumatized by it. But
my
so
younger
now we have
brother, my younger
little
brother
Cody.
was at the bus stop, and our dog of 7 years, it was a miniature collie, got hit right in front of him, and he carried the dog home, and he had to stop in the bushes because he was so tired. Then the next door neighbor came over because he wasn't dead yet and put a rock in his head.
Oh, Yeah,
Yeah.
now my kiddo, he's like obsessed with making sure the front door is locked because we don't have a screen door. It's just like a regular wooden door. And he like is such a freak about the door being open, the door being unlocked, anything like, which is sad because he's traumatized by it. But little Stormy here we have now is an indoor cat. Like she'll never even though she's feral, we're gonna make sure she never ever goes outside. So
Yeah, my
even though the
cat-
other cat can go outside, but we're gonna be extra careful.
Okay,
My
I'm going to
cat's an
offer a
indoor
little
cat.
bit of commentary. I've
Yeah,
listened to.
Julie,
I've
how'd you
listened
end
to-
up on growing up on a reservation? That is a good
Yeah,
question.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was born and raised on it.
Really?
Yep. The Nez Perce Reservation in Idaho.
And are you native then, Julie? Oh,
Then how do
No.
you end up on a reservation?
Anybody can live on a reservation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. It's just where it's more convenient for Indians to be on the reservation.
But they have
And
their
they
own
have-
policing, right?
Yeah, they do. But they also have other police. So city and county police. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
yeah. When Rick was talking about like it, I think was it on the last live or the live before? He's like, well, Indian, like people that are of native blood can get government benefits, and I was like, oh no. No. You have to have
Well,
a certain percentage, and you have to have
you do
paperwork
have to
to
have-
prove it. Because my family has got like a minuscule amount of Blackfoot Indian, and my aunt and my grandfather and my aunt had like the paperwork. But yeah, you don't get government benefits unless there's a certain percentage of your blood is native.
Same
Yeah,
here
that
in
is true.
Connecticut.
That is true, but when
Yeah.
they say that, it's a really small fucking percentage, let me tell you. It's not a big
It's like 15% or less or something.
I thought you
I
just
don't
needed
even-
high
I think it's like
cheekbones.
15% or less.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's less. I think it's like oh gosh, I'd have to look it up. But
Listen,
I know
all
it's
you
not
ne-
a whole lot.
I don't know.
All you need is
Going
high
from
cheek-
state to state, who knows though? You know, like where you are. Oh, y'all, I totally missed that. Totally missed it.
You can't talk with 3 women in the room.
No, I can't say a fucking damn thing. I was going to say all
I
you need is
missed
high
it.
cheekbones to get into college and become a senator.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, what the fuck was that? Is she? No, now I was confused. Is she American Indian? Because they're calling her a
Supposedly.
woman of color,
Yes, because she
or
cla-
is she?
yes,
Is she India Indian?
no
Because she don't look
Feather,
anything
feather.
but white.
Who
feather.
the fuck
She's
are you talking
feather.
about?
Elizabeth
She's
Warren.
feather.
She's
Feather.
feather. She
It's-
said that her grandmother told her that because they have high cheekbones, they're part Indian. So she put
Oh,
down
for
on her
fuck's
college application to become a
Oh, the
professor
fuck!
and go through that stuff that she was part American Indian. So she got preferential treatment as far as that goes. And she rode that wave of being a person of Native American
believe it.
descent for the longest time until she came out. She even made a cookbook. You guys don't remember the cookbook scandal where one of her things was like some Magumpin Indian whatever cookbook, and one of the things was like Indians didn't even eat that shit. Her tribe, and she won't do a DNA test. They were trying to push her to do one, and she wouldn't do it. But yeah,
She
it was because
should.
she had high cheekbones. So apparently, she must be a
Get
fucking
the hell out of
Indian.
here!
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh
Yeah, in
boy.
Connecticut, they don't look Indian.
What's that?
Well, look at well, no, see, I look like I do because I'm of most ethnic looking in my family, and my grandmother's side is Middle Eastern. We're Syrian, but
Right.
I've been wearing my hair in braids since I was in high school. So people just see me, and and my last name is Fonti, which is Italian. So between that and the Middle Eastern descent, and then a little bit of Native American, people don't know what to make of me. They're like, what are you? I get called Pocahontas and Wednesday, which is why I made the joke on the Discord.
My
Got her.
grand,
You were like, who? You were like, who the hell's
Gotcha.
who the hell's Ash the Sexy Wednesday?
my
But that was
granddaughter
just a
is
joke.
my granddaughter's Indian, and her dad actually gets benefits. And he's not that much Indian. If you looked at him, he don't look any more Indian than Yank does. So
Right.
Rooster has a sister that's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, lives on a reservation, and her sister is dating an elder. And he was getting the
Ooh.
extra $600 a week for a year after the rest of us got cut off.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of stuff that goes on. Like, houses get built. They'll build like a whole fucking neighborhood of houses. And within 10 years, those houses look like shit. There ain't a screen on a window. There ain't a fucking screen
totally.
door one. There's, the house is now 17 different colors. That, there's a fucking.
Is
the
it
back windows
alcoholism
broke. Oh, a lot of
and
alcohol.
drugs?
There's a lot of alcoholism in the
And
Indian
the
community.
fucking
Yeah.
casinos.
Oh yeah.
The casinos have not helped them at all.
Yeah, they haven't
No.
helped us in Connecticut either, except for the Indians, and the governor and the government.
Well,
they get a kickback.
I
Oh,
think
of
it
course,
makes
the
a lot of
taxes
them
alone.
they end up becoming just alcoholics because they just spend their time at the casino all the time. So,
Oh no,
But they-
they
they-
got
a lot of
a
them
real
are
nice
all-
place in Connecticut. Sorry.
No, Missy's the same thing here in Pennsylvania. We have Mohegan Sun Arena and
Yeah,
and
we have
casino,
Mohegan.
which is
We
run
have-
by Indians.
Yeah, we have
Which
the
at
Mohegan.
first I was like,
and-
oh, good for them. But the state is freaking taxing the shit out of them, which whatever. But I thought that when I don't know, I thought that when the whole point of the Indians setting up these casinos is because they were limited on taxes. But apparently it's not the case because there's all kinds of nonsense going on because of the casinos. And I don't know the whole gist of it, but
Well, we have the
yeah, it's a
Mohegan.
lot.
We have the Mohegan Casino and we have Foxwood. So we got two casinos here, and they wanted to build another one,
Yep.
and it was shot down. But they live good because it's not run by them; it's run by actually accountants and CEOs that are white that know what they're doing,
Right.
and they
Yeah,
live on
white
good
people that
property.
are
and-
yeah.
oh, the casinos are doing great. It's just the people that live in the towns that aren't doing so great. Like
Right.
in a town that just 76 miles from where I grew up at, they have a pulp mill there. And within like a 10-year period, basically the credit union had owned all the homes that these people in this town had, because they all ended up basically bankrupt from gambling all the time at the fucking casinos and not having any money and turning into alcoholics and whatever else goes along with all of it. So they ended up with nothing. I mean, it became a shambled fucking mess, and it's still not much better. Now they've got, all the great meth heads of the world and all that good shit going on there. And it's
Same
a town
here.
It's
Oh,
a
it's
town
nice.
with only like 20, I think it's only 21,000. So,
Yeah.
small town.
It's the same here though.
It's not that
Our
bad
area
here.
is nothing but Go ahead, Miss.
It's not that bad here. And there's a guy that has a farm by Foxwood, and he owns like thousands of acres, and he will not sell it to them. He will not sell it.
Good
But my
for him.
mother, yeah, and you have to drive by it. I mean, I wasn't a big gambler. My mother used to go down like 3 times a week. But she was, let me tell you, I went through her books when I took power of attorney, and she won. She taught me how to play. And how to get up from, and it was slots. It was 25 cents to it, 50 cents she played. But she won. I mean, I was down there on Mother's Day with her in, I don't know, 2015, I think it was. And she's like, come down. And I wasn't working. I was taking care of my husband. And I said, yeah, let's go on. And she had like $6,000 in comp, and you could get cash off it. And she gave me $500. I ended up winning 3,200.
Nice.
I hit a jackpot,
Yeah.
and I gave her the $500 back, and she won 1,000 like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, that's great.
If you know how to play the machines, then you can win. It's just stupid people that are drinking that just dump their fucking money in.
Well, people they're addicted to it. It's an addiction. You know what I mean? Like they just want the thrill to win, and they don't know how to strategize or how to play them right.
Right.
Just like the lotto, like people with scratch offs and playing the lottery. Like I know for myself, I'm not one to win money. Like I can't even win a freaking free scratch off. You know what I mean? So I don't mess with the lotto. But then like my brother, he's constantly playing those machines like in the little corner stores, and I'm like, I'd rather buy something tangible that I'm gonna have. If I'm gonna blow money, I'd rather just buy something and rather than try to
with the lottery,
gamble.
it's just more money to the state, and we pay enough in taxes. So why?
Yeah, no, I'm not one to play lotto, but
Well, I was on a cruise ship with my cousin. We went down to all the islands, like to Dominican Republic, and we stopped at like 5 in 2019. And I was in the casino, and she would go to bed at 8 o'clock, and after we ate, and I was like, well, I'm going to the casino. And we started on a Saturday, and by Tuesday, I one of the waitresses or cocktail waitresses came up to me, and she's like, well, you're up. And I'm like, I'm up? And she's like, yeah, you get free drinks for the rest of the week. And I'm like, why is that? Well, you put enough money in. So I was drunk the rest of the trip. I mean, every night.
I don't blame you. I would too. Take advantage of that.
And it was shot. I could get one every 15 minutes, but I had 3 cocktail waitresses working for me, and they didn't know what the other one was doing. So I was getting rounds for everyone around me.
Oh, well,
and I ended up on my last night winning $1,000.
Good for you.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And I'm not lucky.
Well, I paid for probably like a third or at least like half, like, you know, a good portion of the trip.
No, I didn't pay for it.
You know, overall. Yeah.
Yeah, no, my cousin.
All right, guys, I got to roll. I got to go get ready.
I have one question.
What's up?
Do you ever take
Me
those braids
or
out?
them?
You.
What's up?
Do you ever take the braids out?
I do. I only wear my hair in braids because I work for I sell dogs. So when I go to work, like I can't. My hair is super duper curly when it's out of braids. Like see the little baloney curl. I don't know if you can see it. Oh shit, here.
And it must.
But my hair is really curly. So I have to like slather it in gel and then re-wet it, re-wash it, re-braid it every day before I go to work. And so, yeah, that's why it's always in braids. But no, I've been wearing my hair in braids since I was in high school.
It must
and everybody
be really
either
long.
calls me Pocahontas or Wednesday. It's one of the two.
I used to wear my hair like that when I was younger. I don't have the energy for that shit anymore.
I know. Well, I keep saying, like, am I too old to be wearing my hair in braids? Like, I'm pushing 40, like, you know, but it's just easy. Like, it's the go-to for me. Like, rather than when I wear my hair up, I get headaches because,
Ash, look at the screen. Ash, look at the screen.
God. All right, guys, calm down. Who did that, Bobby?
No, God, Julie did. She's an asshole.
No, Tony.
Tony's driving, but he's got all fucking time for that.
little
Fuck that car.
Mister, I'm too shy. I'm too shy to come on a live. I'm too shy to come on a live. Okay, Tony, I see you.
Yeah, we see what you're doing, Tony.
Right?
Are you gonna rest off?
I had a great time tonight. I'm sorry that we got a little heated, but we're all good.
No, that's all right. And I got heated, and I apologize too.
No, and I do too. Hey, everybody has their opinions. It's okay as long as we could be, you know, amicable in the end and be, you know, civil.
Yeah.
But no, I gotta go. I gotta go get ready. Jesus
well,
Christ.
have fun.
I feel like an old lady. But no, my braids, like I said, I've been wearing my hair in braids since I was
assume the position.
Y'all are assholes. I'm not shutting off the live. I just got to get off the live for now. This will be the meme of the year so far. Well, thanks, Missy, because we created a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, we got a lot of GIFs, Bobby. They're called GIFs.
That's right. That's right. Oh God, what's that next one I see? Oh God, wait, I gotta watch this one.
That's why we just
What's he
let you
doing?
ladies
He's not
Just
doing
him.
nothing.
Look
He's
at
just
it.
looking.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you guys are too much.
Yang can't even see it because he said his eyes are bad tonight.
I know they are.
Well, it's-
and I can make the screen full and then I can see it. So yeah, they were funny. I saw a few of them. They were good.
Oh, they're scrolling through the thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Ash, you gotta put
Oh,
on
y'all are
see,
great.
You might
I
be
love a
old
good
enough.
laugh. I love a good,
You might-
I just love this channel. You guys are so great.
Thank you.
I love a good argument followed by a good laugh.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
that's what being an adult is about. Like, that's what I mean. Not being ass hurt in the end. Like, you figure it out, whatever. Bygones be bygones. It's only a conversation in the scheme of the big picture. Like, there's so much other shit going on. You have your life. I have my, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's
Most
only one
definitely, yeah.
conversation. It's one
Yeah.
conversation. And there's no need to get all ass hurt. Although there are certain people on, I'm just going to say it. There's certain people that come on the live that freaking get under my skin and have been under my skin for a long time. And I just can't stomach them. But that's just me because I'm just like that. But not you, Missy.
That's okay.
Thanks.
All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll still be on, but I just
Oh my
gotta go
God,
get
can
ready.
you imagine us all going to a bar?
What'd you
Can you
say,
ima-
G?
Okay, have a good night, Ash.
Have a good
I
night,
said,
Ash.
could you imagine us all going to a bar? We tear shit up.
Oh,
Oh my
no,
God,
I
that would
think
be.
I think the same thing would happen. We might have a heated argument. By the end of the night, we'd probably be hugging and crying on each other.
No, I think someone would
Well,
step
yeah,
in and we'd have to kill everyone in the bar.
Well, no, everybody else, but not us.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll take it out on everybody else.
Yeah.
We'll take it out on everybody else, not us.
All the guys would just leave. All the guys would just leave. They'd just fucking walk out. Fuck it, we're leaving.
These crazy bitches.
I'd just be hoping
All
somebody
right,
gets in
I
a
love
fight
y'all.
enough to
Have a
rip
great
some
night.
clothes
I'll
off.
still be on, but I'll be checking in here and there.
Okay, love you too, Ash.
Have a
Good
good
night.
All right,
night.
we'll see you
Bye.
later.
too.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that
Do you
was
want me to
cool.
leave?
Good. Yeah,
Good?
get the fuck out. No, you're fine. You're fine. You can hang. It's fine.
Okay.
I think it's good. You know, people show up and they're allowed to just sort of, and I don't mean this in any way, just take over the show and start talking about whatever. I don't mind sitting back and not saying anything. I don't want you guys to think that because I literally was kind of having a bit of a hard time getting a word in edgewise. I didn't mind. It was fine. I like listening to other people talk and have conversations. It actually saves me a little bit of the work because it is work to carry on a show. You know, you gotta be on your toes. You gotta try to be quick. You gotta try to think of subjects. You gotta keep going. So when people get on a tangent, it's nice to just be able to sit back and let it happen and breathe naturally. You know, so
Oh, yeah.
that was good. I enjoyed it.
Bobby, I know it was
I'm
Tony
glad-
because I get notifications and they drop down on my phone.
Say that again.
Oh, Tony's the
Bobby's
one that
saying
made-
that, yeah. It was Tony because they dropped down.
Oh, I got you.
I put that notification on so I could see it because I'm usually on something else.
So what's your thoughts on this whole balloon shit going on, or these UF fucking O's or whatever the hell they are? What do you think's going on with that?
I think it's been going on for a long time and we just have better equipment to see it. You know, it's, you know, people called them UFOs years ago. Not that I don't fucking believe in aliens.
Right.
You don't want my opinion on
don't.
that.
You
Huh?
don't. You
Oh, I do.
thoroughly do not. Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
do too.
yeah. I think we're
I
just a
think the
petri
math-
dish. I think we're a petri dish for the aliens and they're just watching the fucking show, man.
See, I have a very strong belief on that myself. Like, yeah, we were seeded here.
Oh
That's
yeah.
my belief. You know, like we're so different from everything else that we don't come from everything else. We were seeded here. So yeah, I think it's interesting. I think the math would bear it out in the expanse of the universe and planets and all that. I highly doubt that we're the only one out there. So yeah, it's
I was
quite
just about to
possible.
say that. I was just about to say that if we really think we're the only life,
Pretty arrogant.
pretty really arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I mean, I hope that we aren't actually in this because of what we do know was a definite balloon from China that we shot down. And I've heard stories of some of these other 3 that we shot down. So one was octagonally shaped, so it was an octagon. It had no visible means of propulsion on it. And we shot a missile at it and missed with the first missile. So it took 2 missiles to actually shoot one down. That in itself is a little concerning. I hope we're not shooting at fucking ET. Because I don't know
right?
how that ends.
Yeah. Well, the aliens are not our enemies.
Well, they might be if we're shooting them down.
Yeah. No, I don't think they are, man. They could have done a lot of damage to us a long time ago. We tend to self-destruct and we ruin what we have. So, I mean, it's been going on for thousands of years. So, I mean, it's going to continue. And like you said, when my ticket's up, I'm going to fucking punch it. I mean.
Yeah. So are you concerned that now the policy seems to be that anything flying over the country that we cannot immediately identify, our policy seems to be changing, that shoot that shit down? Because a couple other things come to mind. I'll be honest. I think about it and it's like, what if one of these things has COVID-25 in it?
Or fentanyl.
Yeah, or fentanyl. That's a good one too.
Yeah, fentanyl is like a big problem.
Snowing. It's snowing, guys. Yeah.
No,
you're dying.
I think we're jumping the gun with shooting them down. I would want to collect them and identify them. I mean, didn't they do that with the aliens and Area 51? Supposedly. I mean, wouldn't you want that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm saying supposedly because I've never actually seen a little green man, and they haven't really told us the truth regarding the 46? Was it 46? Something like that. With the whole Roswell thing,
I'd agree, Hal.
What's that?
I agree with Hal. They have no dog in the fight. There's no fight for them.
True.
Yeah, it's we destroy ourselves.
Yeah, we seem to have gotten a lot of, well, in ancient times, in the very ancient past, we see a lot of weird drawings and architecture and art from ancient times that seem to show things of what could be interpreted as aliens and spacecraft and technology and things that we don't understand as far as what people were doing at the time when we were still basically banging rocks together to start a fire. But then things went quiet for a long time. And it seems as though after the development of our atomic age, we started to, again, ramp up sightings and evidence, I guess you could say, of extraterrestrials. And that would kind of make sense considering, if the extraterrestrials were out there and then we lit off nuclear weapons and started playing around with nuclear bombs, they go, oh shit, the monkeys just figured out how to light a match and they're going to burn themselves up. We better start fucking paying attention.
Yeah,
and there's some interesting. Go ahead.
I think, like my aunt was over in Egypt. She was there 3 times and she was at the pyramids and stuff. And I think back then meteors used to fall out of the sky. So it could have been anything to them,
Mhm.
instead of aliens. That would make more sense to me. But
Yeah.
I'm logical. So
Yeah.
that's how I see it. Not that they weren't here. But like I said about God, I'm agnostic. So you got to show it to me for me to believe it. I mean, I
Yeah.
believe it in a sense because I'm not that arrogant that, we're the only planet in the solar system that has people on it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. You say you're agnostic, but someone's got to show you it. I was just watching TV the other night with my wife, and they had that Billy Graham guy on TV.
Oh,
And,
Jesus,
he's
Mary
like,
and Joseph.
yeah, he's like, the leader of this big Christian thing. And
Is he
he's
still
standing there with
alive?
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Billy Graham Jr. or whatever. One of them guys. And
Shut up, Tony.
he says in his commercial that I read the Bible. Do I understand it all? No, but I believe it all. And I'm thinking to myself, is this the best you got? You're trying to convince me that what you're talking about, or
That's an
realize and is
oxymoron.
real.
That's an
Yeah,
oxymoron.
exactly. You don't understand it all, but you believe it all. Okay, crazy
Perfect.
person. I'm not following you. You know what I mean?
Why would you have it
doesn't
on
work for
anyway?
me.
Why would you have it on anyway?
It was just a commercial.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It was a commercial, and what he said was
Wait,
basically,
look.
and if you feel like God isn't in your life, then say this prayer with me,
Bye,
and
Ash.
blah, 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 blah. And
Have
I'm like,
fun.
yeah, okay, bud.
Yank,
Yeah.
Yank, look at the comment. Look at Ash's comment.
I'm getting to get late. I'll catch it. I hate you. Good for you. Break her backbone. She deserves it.
Or straighten
She
it
was
out.
mouthy.
One of the two.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, if there is these aliens and if there is gods, I don't know what the deal is. I just hope that we're not acting rationally or irrationally because we made Joe Biden feel inadequate insofar as shooting down the first Chinese fucking spy balloon. Because that's what's driving all this instant shoot down shit now, is because we made fun of him. The internet and people in general, like, oh, you weak, you this, you that, you're senile, you didn't do it.
Yeah, but most of the times they're smoke screens for something else going on.
That's true.
If we don't have evidence and the government or the news, which is run by the government, is showing us pictures of the shit, I mean, how true is it?
Well, I do tend to believe the one video they keep showing over and over again, where you can see the jet contrail shoot the missile contrail and pop the balloon and it falls from the sky. I do believe that. I do believe that there was a guy who looked up one day from his phone and said, "Hey man, what's that thing?" And that's probably what prompted the whole panic.
Yeah, but with
'cause
all our
nobody looks up
technology,
anymore.
why couldn't?
I don't believe the technology is dialed. They said they had to recalibrate and adjust our radar to pick up balloons.
No, I mean, with all our technology, why couldn't we capture it?
Because it wasn't set to sensitive or to pick up that stuff. It's designed to pick up jets flying over, rockets flying over the poles, nuclear ballistic missiles, that kind of shit. Balloons, old tech, old-timey shit. No, that's not designed to do that. Or it's on the wrong setting to do that. They had to recalibrate our technology to be able to see it. That's why I don't think it was seen over the Aleutian Islands like they claim. I believe our first time realizing we had fucking balloons was when that guy looked up and it hit the news. And they went,
but the
"Oh,
first
fuck."
one, didn't it come from the West Coast down all the way to the Georgia? Didn't it travel all the way down?
It went over the Aleutian Islands. It went into Alaska, did a loop into the Yukon and Canada, and came down through Canada into Wyoming, Montana area, and then a couple other places, and then skirted out around out to South Carolina where we shot it down off the coast. But the news came out when it was over one of our sites, I believe at Malmstrom Air Force Base, which is where we keep nuclear missiles in silos. And it hovered around there for a little while taking pictures. So that's when it really sort of hit the news. But it was a person in Montana, just a regular guy, who happened to look out his office window and see this thing. And when it hit the news, that's when all of a sudden it was like, whoop, 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 all hands on deck, you know?
Right.
And they still didn't do anything for another fucking 5 days till it was over South Carolina, which is very weird. But
yeah, but
again,
if
you know,
Biden,
we're supposedly seeing other ones now.
but if Biden has this connection with China
Mm-hmm.
on the back end, why would
Yeah.
China be spying on us if he's giving information to China?
I don't know.
Doesn't make
I don't
sense.
know.
When shit doesn't
I
make
do
sense
know-
to me, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah, I'm not claiming I know what the hell's going on, because I certainly
No,
don't.
no. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, no, and you're perfectly that's called critical thinking, and shame on you for doing that.
I'm sorry. Sorry
You're
about
supposed
that.
to just believe the TV, God damn it.
I don't. The TV is all. You know, people don't believe that it's censored, and it's been censored for a long ass time. They spoon feed us bullshit. That's why I don't watch the news.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't.
the CIA infiltrated TV a long time ago in the 50s, and it's called Operation Mockingbird. And you can look that up. And
oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, we know that TV is it's so funny. We will put on our TV news stations and things how awful Russian TV propaganda is.
Oh my God,
and
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, isn't it funny?
It's
funny
funny
that we do that, right? Like,
Yeah.
how horrible. They're all being brainwashed over there. What the fuck are we getting? The same shit, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what the news wants you to believe.
Yep. Yeah, we're always the good guys. It's amazing. I'm fucking real. That's why anybody who believes anything right off the bat is crazy. And I fall prey to it still to this day because, you know, my generation, I grew up on the TV. The TV was my babysitter. It was my friend. It was my thing. You know what I mean? Saturday morning cartoons, the whole 9 yards, and the parents were sleeping or working or whatever. It was TV. So I still, to this day, I find myself going, yeah, but I saw it on the news. And then someone will go, you're an idiot. Most of the time it's Gutta. She calls me an idiot. And I go, well, what do you mean? Well, what the fuck are you listening to? And oh yeah, that's right. Shit.
Yeah,
I catch myself. She catches me.
I was raised on 4 channels, and we watched the cartoons on Saturday. Yeah, we watched the cartoons on Saturday, and then Bruce Lee, And my parents kicked us out of the house. Like, get the hell out! You're not watching TV. Yeah.
Oh, well, the outside thing was a whole nother. That's a whole nother discussion compared to kids today. I mean, my God, I live in fucking Florida. It doesn't, unless we get a hurricane, it's not horrible out, right? Other than hot, you don't see kids. It's like there's no fucking kids here that live here. The only time you see them is early in the morning, getting on the bus or coming home, getting off the bus. They don't hang out in the yard. You don't see them on bikes going up and down the neighborhood like we used to. They're not in the woods. They're not anywhere. They're not doing fucking anything except sitting in that goddamn house. It's so weird, man.
It's the same thing
all
here.
of them. Yeah. I mean, it's a crisis.
Yep.
Kids are going to grow up and not know how to look you in the eye. Young men are not going to know how to shake hands. No one's going to be able to have a communication face to face.
Yeah, they just
What's
have
that,
no
Gutta?
social skills.
Yes,
Yeah,
Billy, no
None.
social skills. My nieces and nephews, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the handshake it goes back to God when the colonists came, you know, or it goes back even farther than that to show that you didn't have a weapon in your hand.
That's right. You always put your bow hand out to
Yep.
show that you do not have a weapon. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's a very important thing. I used to, you know, I had, you know, women girlfriends who had children and things like that, or even my friends' kids who had sons. They didn't teach them how to shake hands. And I was always the uncle that they go, I'm uncle, right? And I'm the cool uncle. But I always had to teach them how to shake hands. You know, you look somebody in the eye and you reach in, and it's web to web when you shake hands. It's not this grab the finger, limp wristed weird shit.
Yeah, you do
You
use a
shake
firm,
a man's hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I go on
off.
interviews and stuff, my whole life they were like, that was a firm handshake. And I was like, well, I was raised with all men. So it's like, but I think it skipped a generation because all my friends, which are in their 50s, their kids know they shake hands because it was instilled in them. It was very important to the parents. And respect, and to give up your chair for an elder. What are you doing sitting at the table? And they didn't have cell phones, and they didn't have tablets and all that shit. They might have had, you know, their games in their room where they went off to because we partied. But it's this generation of kids.
Yeah.
That are
go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
that
to
are
cut you off.
seen and not heard by anyone.
Yeah. I think it's a shame. And of course, this goes into an interesting topic. Should one day we all get on it, is as far as the lost generation being Gen X, and how Gen X was the last generation that is going to remember certain things. Everything else changed after our generation grew up. We remember times without computers. We remember times where, you know, as corny as it sounds, the phone on the wall, and a phone without a fucking answering machine. If you didn't answer that phone, you didn't know someone called. You know, we lived without cable. We, like you said, 4 channels, 3 channels. That was
an antenna with tinfoil on it.
That's right.
And we had the extra long cord so we could go around the corner from the kitchen to downstairs in the basement so we could talk to our friends. I think it was a 40 foot or 45 foot cord.
Yeah, there was still the need to, you know, 5 o'clock was dinner time and everybody ate at the table.
Yep.
You know, together. There was no sitting in front of the TV. There was communication between parents and children. There was discipline. Yep. Some of it was corporal. People can, debate whether that was appropriate or not. I'm not into that. I'm just saying that was a thing, you know.
It was corporal in my house.
It was in my house too.
Yeah.
It was in my house too. But we, you know, respect for the elders, things like that. Those values are no longer important in today's society anymore. And so Gen X was the last generation that was brought up that way, and their children, which aren't technically millennials, some of them are, but in the majority are the next Gen Z, and Gen Z has been showing potential to become technically conservative insofar as wanting to go back to the way things used to be, because they see the way the millennial children, who were actually the children of boomers, even though my parents were a boomer, but you had some older parents who had children later in life, they were considered millennials. So it's very weird, man. Gen X kind of got stepped over as far as everything. You don't see a lot of Gen X in politics. You don't see them in the halls of power as far as corporations yet. They're getting sort of stepped over. They go from boomers to millennials, and Gen X, because they're the smallest generation, have kind of been forgotten. I mean, if you did a Google search or YouTube search,
percentile.
If you simply did a YouTube search of boomer and saw how many videos come up, and then of millennial, how many come up, and of Gen X, what comes up, virtually nothing of Gen X comes up. It's crazy, the amount of difference. It's like we don't exist. So I don't know how
we don't. We're just on here. Yeah, we're just
we're just trying to figure it out. You know, figure out our own way. And if the things don't work out, our thing is whatever, man.
I think that's the best part of the internet, that especially that I like out of YouTube, and I don't go on Facebook a lot.
Mhm.
If I do, I'm on Bobby's Fact Check News, but we get to interact with other people
Mhm.
that are like-minded.
Sure. Yeah, that's a positive. Got her, you're way too quiet.
Yeah.
I'm
making me
just
nervous.
looking at all the shit that Bobby keeps posting on Discord. While you guys
Get
are
out of
talking.
Discord.
That's true,
Get
right?
out of Discord. You're on the live. Fuck the Discord.
Well, I'm listening to you talk with her while I'm looking at it.
You're always looking at it, Julie. What are you talking about?
No, usually I'm not. It's just on in the back of my. I usually don't see it, but I never turn it off because I leave all my tabs open. I'm kind of bad for that shit.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, it's nice when you come into the conversation every now and then,
I know. So Bobby just posted some for U.S. military bases. The balloon captured.
Ooh.
It shows the route that it took and where it went. Ouch.
That bra strap.
Ow. It's like
So-
one of those fat cramps. Ow.
Oh, sorry.
And then it'll go away.
Wait a
here
minute.
in a
What?
minute.
Bra strap and what?
I thought it was a bra strap.
No, it feels like my grandma used to call them fat cramps. Like you don't know what it is. It's just like a cramp that goes through you. It's like, ow, what was that? That's my grandma always
Oh.
called them fat cramps.
I get
Oh,
those.
that's called getting old.
Yeah.
I like back cramps better.
Definitely.
So yeah, it shows it. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get it on.
Yeah.
Here's a list of U.S. military bases.
Oh,
the path of the Pentagon
whoa.
balloon.
Can I show it, Bobby, or will I get a strike and this and that and the other thing? And
Rowdy Roddy says the Yank show. I guess it might be. I saw something earlier too, and Rooster Cogburn was asked if he comes from or sounds like a John Wayne movie, and he said yes, it is. And I wanted to ask if he's still in here. Rooster, is that the movie where John Wayne is on the horse, puts the horse's reins in his mouth and says, "Fill your hands full of lead, you son of a bitch," and they go shooting, riding at each other, shooting? Because that was a great movie. I think that's the movie.
Yeah, they just did a remake of it.
Did they? Oh, that's right, they
Yeah.
did. Yes.
Oh, I forget
Yes.
I watched it a million times. I forgot it.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember who the remake was.
It was
Huh.
with Jeff Bridges. I mean, yeah, Jeff Bridges.
That's right,
And-
Jeff Bridges.
and
That's right.
Matt Dillon was the Texas,
Matt
whatever you
Dillon.
call him. Yeah, Matt Dillon. Barry Peppercorn.
He
across the continental
he's-
U.S. This is
oh,
bad, guys.
okay.
look,
This is bad. They went through a lot of bases.
I gotta go full
The
screen.
Panda spy balloon tracking model.
I ain't gonna
over
watch
the
it all,
United
but-
States. On Saturday, the JB regime admitted that the Panda spy balloon crossing the continental U.S. was first spotted a week earlier in Alaska, back on January 28th. The balloon flew from Alaska into Canada and down into the continental U.S. On Tuesday, the balloon entered the Idaho-Montana region and crossed the U.S. for the next 4 days. The Panda spy balloon was then dropped after it left U.S. territory in the North South Carolina and had collected all of the data for the Panda party. This was an unprecedented event in U.S. history. Look at all this crap. Look at all that. The event is the latest example of the not only
okay, we have to stop and talk about it for a minute.
Okay. Nice colors. Go. You know what
I
was
think he's
funny?
got a
When they
booger
were
hanging out
showing-
his
Who, me?
No, the dude on there.
On the bottom right.
Oh. Well, he can't see nothing anyway. You can blind him, fold him with dental floss. So, one of the things that I noticed that was funny was during the main news sort of stuff when they were showing the states where this thing went into. Did anybody else notice that it skipped like the track that, they would color in the states where it was, but then it went through other states, but they didn't color in those states. And then it went to more states going east. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did it do? Teleport from one fucking state to the other? Because it had to flow through goddamn the other state. It was just weird. Okay, go ahead. You can play
weird.
it. Go ahead.
Call me,
the absolute dereliction of duty of this far left administration. The Bidens are a national threat. We now know the JB admin was hoping to hide this from the American public due to an upcoming trip by Secretary Blinken to Pandaland that was planned for this weekend. It's clear at this point that JB regime is compromised. The TGP put together this graphic to show how many military bases were in the balloon's path as it maneuvered across the U.S. Oh, that's a lot. Look at that. Good Lord. Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. Ellisworth Air Force Base, North Dakota. Joe Foxfield, South Dakota. Sioux City, Iowa. Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska. Camp Ashland, Nebraska. Lincoln ANG, Nebraska. Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri. Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. St. Louis Armed Human Resources, St. Louis, Missouri. Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. Fort Campbell, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. Smyrna ANG, Army National Guard, Tennessee. Houston Barracks, Tennessee. McGee Tyson Air National Guard, Tennessee. Pope Air Force Base, North Carolina.
So 8 motherfucking days, dude.
Unbelievable. Wow. Unbelievable. And you know
Did
what the
it
funny
travel?
thing is? Go ahead.
Before they put it down, 8 fucking days. Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's just
a long,
nuts to me.
That's a long time. That really is.
Yeah, I mean, this goes to what you were talking about, Missy, with like, is Biden in China's pocket? What the hell's going on? Because this thing just floated over everything. And that's why you will never convince me that we knew about these things. Our technology was picking these things up, because these things had to be floating around all over the place. And as a matter of fact, they're saying, and who knows, but they're saying that there were also ones during Trump's presidency, and they didn't say anything to Trump, which is extremely fucking troubling to me, that the government, that arm of government, is watching these balloons and spy things and shit float over wherever the fuck they are, and they're not alerting the commander-in-chief to make a decision as to what to do with them. They themselves are deciding what to do with them or not do with them. That's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Because if the guy who saw this spy balloon did not look up and see that spy balloon, all evidence is showing that they would not have said anything if no one noticed. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know, but I know it ain't good.
Mm.
Look at all those bases it went over.
That's crazy. To me, it's just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's where I have a problem with the other 3.
Yeah.
Why wasn't another option of grabbing one of them, you know?
I don't know. And it blows my mind that we cannot find the pieces of the ones we shot down. One is in Canada, one is in Alaska, one is in Lake Huron, and we can't find them.
We had the right to shoot over Canada. What's up with that?
Well, because Canada,
they didn't have any.
for as much as they like to talk, don't have shit, and they fall under our umbrella of protection in this hemisphere for NORAD. So Justin Trudeau said, hey, we have something over our country.
Well, we take care of everyone else, Julie, so why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and I'll be honest, one thing that does concern me, and this goes all the way back to 9/11, was about our Air Force and our air defenses. Our Air Force, I don't think, is jack shit as far as effective. Because even during 9/11, the best we could do was muster like 2 or 3 fighter jets without any fucking missiles on them at all. And they were going to have to ram airliners to stop them from doing whatever damage they thought they were going to do if they were still up in the sky. And these balloons are flying around, and our missiles are missing them. And we're floating up, we're flying up one or two fucking jets. How many fucking jets do we have to protect this country should something come over the horizon that means business? Do we have enough? I don't even know. Do you?
I don't know.
Me neither. It's a pretty spooky idea when you think, what if we only have like 13 fighter jets for an Air Force to cover our country?
Well,
I don't see things
more.
on.
I think we have more than that.
What we
Maybe.
think?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's pretty
I think
scary
most
to
of our
think
jets are on aircraft carriers, and most of our aircraft carriers are on the other side of the fucking world.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Import Macron. This was an unprecedented national security threat. JB, under the JB and Democrats, we have an open southern border, and now we have pandas floating spy balloons across the United States without any fear of recourses by the JB regime. Americans better wake up before. So that's how it is. Once we flip the White House, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. They're going to be. We're going to see. We're not only going to seek reparations for them, from them for the pandemic. We're going to seek reparations for having to relocate all these bases now, right? We have to relocate and reconfigure all of them because they know it now. They're like, oh, we know where all the nuclear silos are, right?
Well, they knew that.
Oh, you want to fly stuff over us? Okay, here's a bomb. Boom. Here's another one. Boom. Right? Or we could just fund another lab and have them cough on themselves, right? Yeah. God, they can't get anything right, man. I'm telling you. Anyways, 6 channels. I've got links in the description. Subscribe to the ones you want. Ring the bell for notifications. Same thing on this side. 6 channels separate.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Well, he talks fast.
Yeah, but can't they Google that shit?
Push him.
Can't they what?
Google it.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, hey, who's that? Is that Missy and Ashley?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
picture
they're
right there?
kissing
Is that
and
them?
making up.
In the mud wrestling?
Yeah, the
That's what I'm
kissing
saying.
made it up.
That's what we're having in my house over the summer, ladies.
Al, make sure you
Um,
clip that shit right there. That's got to be in there
That's fucking
somewhere.
beautiful. That is like my dream. I just want to be the mud.
That's like it's such a horny old goat. I mean, I just love it.
Our missile silo systems and things are public knowledge. Everyone's in the other countries around the world have known about where they are and how many we have and this and that. It's funny to me though, we don't have, like, a lot of countries will have missile batteries around their borders, right? I don't think we have those. I really don't. I think we have the big nukes.
protecting sites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always said, ever since the war went to Iran, or no, Iraq, that we should pull out of all this shit and make our country a prickly porcupine, so that anybody who wants to come here is going to get scared before they even get here. And I don't see that we have done that. I see that we keep pushing our boundaries way out, Mediterranean, South China Sea, and it's like,
it's almost like we're spread out too thin.
Yeah. Yes.
And so we're considered weak, and then we got fucking Biden in the office, and it's like, I mean, this country's a fucking joke.
Yep. Hey, that's not Gigi and Yank. Come on.
Still turns you on.
I mean, that does look like Gigi, but that doesn't look like Yank. Oh, wait a minute. Was Yank the...
Yeah, Yank was the blonde chick.
Bobby's busy.
Getting the purple
Tony.
nurple.
That's Tony, yeah.
Don't get us thrown off the internet. Remember, you got to be careful what you share on YouTube. Oh, that's me. Shopping cart chaos. Okay. All righty.
Yes. All right.
So, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, things are bad. Things are bad all over. What are we going to do?
I think they're particularly
Well,
bad
yeah.
here.
Yeah. I mean, we are so divided as a nation. It is, I mean, shit, we can't even decide. We can't even agree on putting your fucking shopping cart back in the fucking corral. It turns into World War III around here.
My mother said before she died, and she was a news watcher. Like, I mean, she would watch every news station, and she said it would be a race war run by the government, and it's their agenda. And she has watched. She watched news her whole fucking life, and read the paper and everything. And her mother was like that, and her father a lot more. And you see it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. You know, it's weird, man. I fight my own inner monologue that I'm sure everyone has of every color and stripe. I don't think of, I never think of myself in terms of white guy. I just think of myself in terms of a guy. And when I hear another person who happens to be a slightly different color than me raise their color as part of an issue, I all of a sudden get defensive of my own. And I don't understand how that is, and I don't know how to overcome that.
Well, I think it's not about your color, it's about your morals and character.
Yes.
That's what it's offending. It's not offending your color, because, I mean, there's a lot of different races in Connecticut, and I work with them, and I don't consider, I was raised racist, in a racist house. I mean, but my parents changed that all around. Well, not my mother so much, but my father. And I got out into the workforce, and you know, they weren't boogeymen, you know, they weren't like, you know, it wasn't, they were people. So I gave up that ship a long time ago. But then I hear my older nephews who are in their 30s, and they use the N-word on each other, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And they're friends. It's like, what? That's uncalled for. Like, really?
Right.
Like, if you can't speak English, then get the fuck out of my sight.
Yeah.
You know, it's offensive. Now, that is ignorance in my book. And I hear it. I hear it in the town over. I got to go shopping in the city. So it's just like, and you hear it behind you and to the side of you. And it's like SC says, it's a culture. It is. And it's not a good culture. It's not a good look for the culture.
Certain things about it, for sure, are not a good look. Certain things about every culture are not a fucking good look, right?
Oh yeah, we got white trash. We
absolutely.
We got a lot of white ends. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
That are collecting the fucking state benefits and all that bullshit.
Yep. Breeders. You know what I mean? People that just make fucking babies and they got 2 teeth between them all.
Yeah. The United States, like, what's the population? 86% are white. I mean, it's pretty fucking high up there, man. 82, maybe. I think the last time I checked.
What is again? Say that again.
82% white.
Oh, we're lower than that now.
No, I think I checked it last week. I thought it was 82. I meant, Julie, why don't you do a check on that?
I thought it was like 76 or something.
Yeah, I thought it was in the 70s, maybe 60s.
Oh, well, geez, that's a big drop from 82.
It's been happening fast.
Well, that's the fuckers coming across the border. But, you know.
And, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Noah.
No, I was going to say, and, believe it or not, the prevalence of mixing with people.
That's really big.
The funny thing that, and I don't fault anybody for this. It just is, people love who they love. the funny part is, though, you can get a white person and a black person that make a child, and that child is going to be a mixed child, but that child is going to identify as black.
But they're not
That
going to be
blows my
accepted.
fucking mind.
They're not going to be accepted by either side.
No, they're perfectly accepted by the black people because it's just more black people
In the vicinity.
Yeah, and but I believe if they said, "Hey, I'm white," I believe that white people today would accept them as white. I believe that. Here's what I truly believe. I believe that anybody who argues about the whole mixing thing and that we're breeding out either white or this or that, you're breeding out both. No one's white, no one's black. The kid is now fucking mixed. They're brown.
My parents ingrained in us kids that you do not marry outside your race.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah, that was part of
76.5.
What is
Oh, shit.
It's 76.5.
it? Is
And what's
majority white?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
what's
thought it was
Yeah.
lower.
the percentage on blacks? 17?
Yeah, it's probably somewhere around 18, I think.
Well, now I got to look that up because, oh, wait, here.
Didn't it bring up the whole chart?
No, I just looked up white. Let me see. Here we go. Black. Come on, Mom.
15%. What is it?
It's taking forever. 13.4.
Hey, did I call that fucking shot?
Yeah, you did. Yep.
And the rest are illegals.
Yeah,
No, there's
shit.
got to. The rest are. I mean, there's 2% like Asian.
Yeah, it would
and-
be,
Yeah.
okay, so 70 and 13, 76 and 13 would be 80,
Close. 9.
89.
Wow.
Well, so the rest of the country is what? Hispanic?
No,
So-
then you have
And non-white
2%.
Hispanic and
It says it's 18.3%. Oh, here we go with Common Core math. 18.3%.
that's what I thought it was.
Hispanic.
18. Oh,
Okay, for Hispanic.
wow.
Okay, how does that work when it's?
So I said, do some Common Core math there,
I
people.
don't know.
You're
I'm a
gonna need to.
bookkeeper, so I could do it in my head. Yank needs a calculator.
I need
I'm
an
sorry.
abacus. I'm that old.
So let's see what it says for Asian.
Oh, it's going to be 2%, or it's always 2. It's always been 2%.
5.9.
How does that fucking
Whoa.
work? It doesn't add up.
No,
we
that's
got
what I'm
we got
saying.
110.
With my fingers.
Now, hey, Gutter. Now do the percentage of Jews that run everything.
There's not a tab for that.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna piss some people off saying that, but it's a joke, guys. Relax.
No doubt. Haha.
Is it?
Chill out.
Is it a joke?
Hey, let me tell you,
Am I joking?
the Jews over in the next town, they bought up a lot of property in the bad sections and made them really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, but no one wants to live there because it's surrounded by the bad section. So it's all the Jews that live there, but I wouldn't go into those areas. Not
Right.
on foot. I wouldn't live there.
Right. Yeah,
But
I
their
mean,
homes,
this
they
whole-
made these gorgeous homes, these colonial homes that are absolutely were stunning in the day because I can remember it. And the rich lived there and would come here and live in New York and come here on the weekend.
Mhm.
And they were so dilapidated that they got such a great price for them. And they were coming in from New York, and it wasn't even a community at that point.
Check it out. Look at. I'm sorry, but look at the map and how all the white people are up on the northern part of the United States.
That's not true.
Well,
What
I'm not
map? You
saying
got to show us. You
all.
got to
I'm
share a
saying
screen.
by the fucking shade of the map.
You got to share a screen. Oh,
I am. Give me a minute, fucker.
Oh, come
no,
on.
damn it. Come on. Oh, look at that.
That's horseshit. That's horseshit.
No, I'd say that's pretty probably likely. I
Well,
mean,
it's not like they're
they're-
saying there's no white people down here.
Right.
They're just saying there's less. And you know why? Because they're fucking herding us north because all the illegals coming in from the south.
well, let's also face it, ladies, that people who come from warmer climates do not want to live in cold places. And generally speaking, white people come from Europe, and Europe tends to be cold. There's a whole theory regarding certain differences between the races, and one of the major theories that changes the way people deal with each other in societies of trust has to do with the fact that people in cold climates have to survive a winter, so therefore you have to rely on the person who is your neighbor, who is your townsperson, who is your this, so you tend to cooperate more, and there is more of a feeling of unity in those particular cultures. So
Leah's comment.
wait, who?
Leah's comment. They're running from the Mexicans.
Okay, hold on, but I want to make sure I also remember.
Finish. I'm sorry.
Well. No. I was finished. I was finished.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I mean, there's differences in the way we all kind of grow up.
Yeah, but you know,
the Mexican. Okay, yeah.
I work.
Go ahead, Miss.
I'm reading this. I work with, and I have for the past 20 years, a lot of the Hispanic culture, or a lot of Puerto Ricans, let's say. They're Hispanic. And they have a sign in Puerto Rico that says, go to Connecticut. Because, I mean, how fucked up is that? I mean, they have showed me pictures. They have showed me pictures of the fucking sign. And this was like 25 years ago.
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
These are the states you go to collect the most amount of money for your household.
Yeah.
Because we give everything away up north.
Yep.
Or we did at the time, you know. I mean, now all the states are.
I heard that same thing when I lived in Massachusetts, that there was a sign in Puerto Rico that said go to Massachusetts and get on welfare.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but you know, it's possible because I watched my city get slowly taken over by people from Puerto Rico, which was odd. Lee said something here that I want to address real quick. Sugar Britches said, and I put it back up. Historically, at least in the days of Jim Crow laws in the South, yes,
that's true.
If a child had even one drop of black blood, they were legally considered black. Now, I have heard this. I'm sure it's true, and I've discussed this at great lengths with many of my black friends who are lighter shade of black, had some white in their lives at some point or down their lineage. And they always say the same thing when I ask them, why do you identify as black? And they bring this up, this one. So they basically take it and they take it off their shoulders and dump it on white people and say it's white people's fault that we call ourselves black. I say bullshit, because my whole life I have been taught. I come from a weird time in history where there was the racism angle, where people did use the N-word and were crude and rude and socially unacceptable by today's standards towards black people if you were white. But we also made a change through, we're told, you're supposed to just like people for the way they treat you, and people are people and they're all the same, and it's the content of character, not the color of skin. Don't worry about your own color. And I'm like, I grew into that and believed that and lived my life that way, where I felt that. But then I see things where people of other colors are allowed to wave their flags and talk about their culture and talk about them being separate and their communities and they're this and they're that.
They're
and I'm not
colleges
allowed to.
in
So
their
now I
month.
start to get pissed at this point in my life where all I fucking hear is other people's points of view, and I'm not allowed to say my own without being labeled a fucking racist. That's wrong. And this is a perfect example of that, where the one drop of black blood means you're black. No, the one drop of black blood means you accept the fact that you're going to call yourself black, because I don't fucking see you as black just because
Yeah.
you have one drop of black blood. That doesn't fucking carry shit anymore.
But I think what Lee is referring to is like a while ago, where
Yeah,
if
no,
you
I get it.
if you watch the movie Free State Jones, it was based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
And it was true, and it came down to that two whites wanted to get married, and he had a drop of he had black blood in him, and you couldn't. I think it was in the 50s, because they kept on going back and forth, if I remember the movie correctly, in the 50s or earlier, and they couldn't legally get married in the South. And that was, they switched from the courtroom to the history, so,
Okay. Yep.
and that's why the statues were taken down and all this bullshit, and they should have never been taken down, in my opinion. I
agree.
We could put, and I'm a big Martin Luther fan. I really, he was a good man.
How could you not? How could any free thinking person not believe his message was a good message?
And do what they did to these statues. He wouldn't want that. I always refer back to what he would have wanted, and he always wanted peace among all the races. Not racist, and I was just watching a documentary on his life and death, and I watched it probably 6 times because it's so fascinating. When I had my cable, that I got rid of, and but he was way ahead of his time, and it's it's sad, but there were so many black leaders that were killed in the South walking down the road.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. I don't discount any of. I do not discount any of the gripes that can be levied against, but it must be in context that it's the past, and that doesn't happen today.
Yeah, but it's not my problem. My people came over on the fucking boat. I didn't own any fucking slaves.
Right.
And my mother was born in 42. She was 10 years old, and they went down to Charlotte, I think it was. And she told me about it. She said, they went down on the train, and she said she was walking down the sidewalk, and there were black people coming, and they had to actually get off the sidewalk for her to pass. And I was like, well, that's kind of fucked up. And she didn't know what to make of it, because we were, she was from the North, and a little ahead of time, but not really. Just put on a good display of it,
Yeah, I wanted to say real quickly here to Sugar Britches, please excuse my Irish Sugar Britches. It wasn't at you, and it wasn't directed towards your comment either when I was getting a little heated at that whole thing. I completely understand the context of what she had said, and that was back in the day, and that was the legal definition. I get it, but that doesn't count today.
Right, but that's what they're using as the guideline today.
I know.
And that you owe me all these benefits. And it's taken definitely how you didn't take it out of context, but the whole race is taking it out of context.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's backwards and it's upside down. Like most things right now, everything's inverted, and it's
Mhm.
confusing as hell. And I feel for people that are brought up in a narrative, in let's say a poor community, in a same culture of I'm not going to say victimhood, but the same culture of the Black community and the Black experience, that happen to be poor. They're brought up with this narrative that what happened back in the day is still what happens today, and the things that were used to judge actions and people back then is still used today. I'm sorry, but that's just not the case. You may be able to find cases in society and in some things that still show remnants of that, or are still actual, let's face it, racism that still exists, but it's now everywhere. It's racism this way, it's racism that way. People are fucking weird. No one has come to grips with the idea that we are all one fucking country. And until we
Well-
all believe that we are one country and countrymen and women, and we need to stick together as a country, regardless of where our ancestors came from, then we will never get over this fucking blight that covers all of our races. And that's a problem.
Yeah, but that's what the government wants the narrative to be. That's
Of
why
course.
I said it'll be a race war, if anything. But shit, what I was gonna say. Damn
It
it.
gets so murky and complicated, it's hard to follow a
It's-
train of thought.
No, wait a minute. This is what you were talking about, poor. And my husband grew up in the town that is shit right next to me that I work in. And he
Mhm.
grew up in the poorest part of fucking town,
Mhm.
with every color. And he was so poor that because his mother was single because she married 5 times. She was great at marrying and having kids. But
What do
they
we
went
call
to
that? What do we call that? We call that trash, right?
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to call that to his face. He was a big man.
No, but
He
I'm
would have
just
put you
saying
down.
that in general,
Yeah,
that's
his
called
mother believed in
trash.
corporate punishment, and I hit him up beside the back of his head one time, and he jumped up. And I was like, "You want to go, boy? Come on, let's go." But that was all from his childhood. She was a bad mother. I mean, I could tell you stories, but anyway, she brought him to Caldors with his younger
Mhm.
sister, and he was fucking 12, and he went in, and Caldors, you could fucking lift anything out of there.
I remember
And
Caldor.
yeah, and so he had really bad sneakers, and all these kids at school had nice sneakers. He didn't have anything good, and so he saw some sneakers that he liked. He put them on, and he put his old sneakers on the shelf, and he walked out. And he got in the car, and he looked down, and he said, "How the fuck am I going to get out of the car and my mother see me in these brand new sneakers?" And he rationalized it in his head, saying, "She'll kill me, or I can go back in the store and get my old sneakers." He walked back in the store with brand new sneakers on his feet and got his old sneakers off the shelf, put them on, and walked back out the store. And he left home at 15 and lived in a garage without heat with a couple of buddies and crossed a picket line to get a job at 16. And I told him, "Please don't ever tell my father you were a scab, because all my people are union people." And I said, "Wait until we're married. Then you tell him you crossed the fucking picket line." And that's what we did on the day of our marriage. I said, "Dad, this is my motherfucking scab." And he goes, "What do you mean you're scab? You got a scab like on my arm or something?" My hand. I said, "No, this fucker that I married." And he goes, "What?" And I was like, "He crossed the picket line." He goes, "That's all right. He's my son-in-law." I said, "You're lucky." It was it was a great story. You had to be there, I guess.
No, I got it. I
Yeah,
got what you're saying.
but he got out of the house as soon as he could,
Mhm.
and he made good money, and he worked his ass off. and he didn't want to. And he had the house and, you know, and the vehicles and everything. When I met him, I mean, he was a good drive-by until I got into his bank account.
Hmm. Well,
You know what a drive-by is.
Well, it depends. Are we talking a little?
We're talking white. We're talking white drive-bys.
No.
It, like my mother always said, that you pass someone's house and you think they got everything, but they're like really don't. You could have every toy. The house looks great. The yard is trimmed. You know, you drive the nicest cars, and you don't
up
have
to their ass in debt.
in debt. Yeah. And he was,
gotcha.
when I was first going with him, because I dated him for 2 years prior to marrying him, or 4 years actually, and he got his checks back in the mail, and that was when you got your checks back in the mail, and he would open the envelope and he was chucking the checks out. I'm like, what are you doing? Aren't you balancing your checkbook? And he's like, no, they cleared. I'm just throwing them in the garbage. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And I took over the finances. I was like, you're totally irresponsible.
Well, that makes sense if he's throwing shit out.
Yeah, well, no, only one person in a marriage should do finances. 2 can't.
Right.
You just fight through the whole thing. Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, he never fought me. I mean, he really didn't. He was good on that because he knew his weaknesses, and he didn't fight me on that because I'm really good with money.
Good.
In my family, they call me the Jew, and it's because I'm cheap. When my cousin
That's
took me on that
racist.
cruise,
How dare you? That's anti-Semitic. That's
I'm sorry.
shit.
My
Canceled
cousin,
right now.
Cancel. My mother used to say that. Say cancel. Say cancel. My cousin that I'm going to live with in Florida, who took me on the cruise, all the way on the cruise, she's like, "You are such a Jew." Cancel.
A what?
And she goes, "I didn't even think your brain worked like that." I said, "I work with numbers. I'm a number gal. Everything is tallied in my brain." My mother used to have to bring, and my mother was a bookkeeper, and she would bring in, remember that little ticker when we were kids, and tick off the what you would buy through the whole store?
Yes.
You remember, Julie?
Yep.
And Yank doesn't, because he didn't probably go to the store with his mother. We went to the store because we wanted to get something.
Nope.
Right. He didn't go. So my husband and I, when we used to go to the store, we would have a game. I'm like, okay, before we go to the register, figure out how much everything is. And if you're closest, you get a prize. So I always won.
Oh, you hardcore bitch.
Cool.
I would hate fucking you handling my money. You'd piss me off.
And
Oh,
just for
I knew
clarification, I didn't go to the and just for clarification, I didn't go to the store with my mother because I'm a man and I don't have to go to the store. That's a woman's job.
no, dude.
Skirt work.
You're a
Skirt
fucking
work,
asshole.
Missy. It's skirt work.
It's skirt
I'm an
work.
evil motherfucker.
My brothers went because they wanted
That's
like
'cause they're fags.
no, they weren't. They were stoned. They wanted like sweetened cereal, you know. My mother used to buy puffed rice, you know, it's like, and shredded wheat, and in the big packets, you know, not like the frosted mini wheats, you know, none of that shit.
Yeah, no, the big
Right.
bags.
No, like they came in like a biscuit form. There were 2 pieces, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about? It's a
No.
I don't know if it's a northern thing.
Say it
I don't
again.
know.
What is it?
It's like
What?
a big, huge shredded wheat. It fits the whole fucking bowl.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I know.
yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
they're
talking about.
fucking
Not like
monstrous.
the mini ones, not like we
Yeah,
have
no,
a mini
it
one.
was a huge
Yeah.
one.
And with fucking it was with dehydrated milk. Because
Oh,
the
boy.
milkman didn't come because he couldn't get through the fucking snow.
Well,
And that's
dude, we had shit like that going. Like my sister always mixed the powdered milk with some real milk so that she could fake it off to us. she was 8 years older than me, so she had kids by the time I was a youngster. So
Right.
she'd fake it off to me or to us, and it'd be half powdered milk and half real milk, and we'd drink it. It was, I mean, but yeah. Ugh.
Sounds better than what I had. I mean, my mother did have like the Entenmann's. I don't know, Yank, do you remember the Entenmann's?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Entenmann truck guy come once a week and bring coffee cakes because she entertained, coffee and coffee cakes and stuff for, the neighbors to come over after supper. And
How about
Oh yeah, we would
a little off subject, but on that subject, how weird is it now? You go over a friend's house and you hang out and there's no coffee and cake.
my mother made homemade fucking baked goods, pies, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, everything. And if we didn't eat everything on our plate, we didn't fucking get anything.
Yeah,
And my
but I'm saying adults, right? Adults would go over. When I was a kid, we would go over fucking my parents' friend's house.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
And all the parents would sit around and have coffee and
and
cake.
and smoke and smoke.
Yeah, and smoke.
Yeah.
Right.
in the
If
house.
you go over people's
the house.
houses now and everybody looks at each other like, I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. There's
But that's
none of
how I
again,
entertain now.
last generation to know what coffee and cake is like.
But no, that I entertain like that though.
I still have there's
Yeah, because
coffee
it's
going in my
good.
house all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep, good. Well, listen, we've been at this now 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Jesus. I mean, I could talk to you
I know.
guys. It's like I'll send the correct email.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Do the correct.
You know what I did is that
and gutter.
I'm gonna forward the one that I sent, and it was because I can't see. I did it on my phone, and I put 2 R's instead of an ER. So it was Yank and
2 R's instead of an
GUTT
ER. Oh,
RR, and it came back to
Double R.
me, and it fell in my junk box, and I found it yesterday.
It fell on her junk.
My junk box.
Do you-
Spam.
do
I know
you
what you meant.
You're an asshole.
do you want to
You just
do you
said
want
your
to
junk.
tell us-
Sorry.
do you want to tell us now what the email is, and or you want to just do the email?
Oh, I'll email you. I don't like giving. I'm giving you like
Okay,
where I
all right, that's
live.
fine.
I mean,
Yeah,
you want
no,
my fucking address?
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was
Middlebury, all you got to do is Google it. Fucking China could do it.
It's okay. Yeah, it'll all be
Understandable.
public knowledge here pretty soon. 'Cause everybody.
Julie can post it on Discord and shit. But I'll put
Yeah.
I'll just forward what I wrote, and it's got my number in it, all that. But it's like text me
Okay.
first, because I won't pick up the phone for fucking just anyone.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Okay.
Text me and tell me
Yeah,
who
see,
the fuck you are.
me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
If it
So
doesn't,
that
if
was
it's
one of
not
the
a,
things that was one of the things that Mishka was asking if we had a post office box, and we don't. And I am still leery, and I get it. I trust everybody, but I'm weird.
no,
I'm
you
just
don't.
not going to like hand out my home address over the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
Sounds strange to me to do that, but I might, or I'll at least give a phone number and someone can reach me there. So,
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't understand why you guys don't have more subs.
because we're weird, and our show is not. This is what it is. We don't come here with facts, and we don't share news clips, and we don't talk about all the things that the internet is always talking about. We touch on some stuff and we move along, but it's basically a character-driven show, and a lot of it has to do with the characters that come on our show. So if no
And,
characters come on our show, it's just me and Gutter looking at each other.
Well, and here's another piece. I think a huge part of the puzzle is, you know how like if you have a dog, and better yet, if you have a cat and this is the cat's head, and this is the cat's ass. And if you pet it from this way, you're going to irritate the fuck out of it.
Mm.
Well, that's kind of our show. We don't necessarily pet the cat from the head to the tail. We pet the cat from the tail to the
To
head.
the head.
Yeah. And if you ever petted a cat that way, which you can tell Yank is like, what the fuck? But it's very irritating to the cat. And we have a tendency to do that with everybody. We pet them backwards. And they have, people have a tendency to not like that. And it's okay. Well, I mean, so we don't have that many subs. Fuck, I don't care. Like tonight, it's 10 people are there.
I'm hoping that we get more.
Yeah. Do you think you guys should do like videos? Like,
Yes.
I think SC and, Rick especially, they do videos and do commentary over it.
Yes.
I mean, and put that content out. It's just a suggestion to get the algorithm going,
Sure.
But I don't know if they could handle live with us because we are a little bit loud.
Well, that's the thing. We need to put out more content if we wanted to. And the thing is, it's one of the things we kick around is time. Like Gutter has a full life. I have a full life.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily have all the time in the world to sit and collaborate. Here's one thing. Like Gutter could technically do her own videos and commentate over her own videos, and I could do mine. A collaboration between us would have to be us getting together. Like people don't realize what's involved with this two people. We have to.
Here we go.
5 minutes. Here he comes. 5 minute Joe. We don't if we're gonna have a collaboration, that takes a lot of time, and then we have to research and we have to come up with how we're gonna talk about this thing on the video and do it and then process it and get it through the internet.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. It would be easier if she did hers, I did mine, and then we come together on Tuesday nights to do the live stream. But also, I'm just I'll speak for me. I'm just not that interested in chasing down every story that happens because one is happening every day, at least 3 times a day. I got to be on here making videos and uploading them all the time.
And I think it would alienate your original people.
It might. But it could help us as well because the shorter the videos, the people have very short attention spans today. So just a couple of minutes of something on a topic in a video would help draw people
like
in.
Do shorts where you don't have to talk, just do clip. Yeah.
We could do that. Well, that's why we're working with HAL 9000 and Bobby's helped us with some clips, and so is Fly Crew. They've made some clips for us. So, we leave stuff up here, and if there's anything interesting, we'll put it up. We'll make a short thing, and we'll throw it on the channel from the live show, and hopefully.
Hi,
yes,
Bobby.
We see you.
Sorry, I've been waiting for you. You're really long.
No, hold on.
No, just checking.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going.
No, go. Go.
No, we're good. How you doing, bud? What are you up to?
Hanging out with you guys.
Nice.
Hold on. I'm
well, fucking talk.
Fucking points.
Huh? That was my point. If we want to grow the channel, it's work. And if we're just happy hanging out with you guys, we're good with that too. So that's it.
Bobby, you're muted.
Why is he muted?
Knock it off, you fucker.
I'm mute. What's up, fellow balloon nuts and grandma killers alike? I hope everybody got their share of VD today.
And
Happy
crazy
VD
car
day.
person. Happy VD day.
VD day.
VD day.
I didn't expect so much heat. I'm saving on the heating bill this month. A lot of burning. They say there's a cream for it, but I think I can man it out. It's a little chilly out. So we'll ride the fire.
Amanda, do you want to come in and talk to Bobby?
That was good.
She's down there. She's quadding around. She was at a mud park today.
I know she was. She was with me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where the mud wrestling shit came in. Surprised you left the pool outside.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, it's all good. Nobody's safe, especially from Tony's memes. But you would only know that, gotta go.
This is
You
true.
can't share the Discord on the live streams. Yank is boycotting Discord. He's not allowed to see what goes on there.
Oh,
can
that's
hear
a
about
good
it.
point.
But
That's
he's
a
not
really good
seeing it.
point.
You're
No,
letting
dude,
him be a
it was
part
a
of it without
perfect
being
bait.
a part of it. Nope.
It was perfect
He's
bait. Trust
boycotting
me.
it. It's a lot of fun.
Look
It's a
at the
hangout without
interest in his
censorship.
face.
It's everything social media should have been. It's all of us hanging out on our own server with no censorship. And you could go to whatever text channel you want, depending on what you're in the mood
And
for.
look,
And
and
you could
look,
share
it
stories
actually
and
has
everything
a
on it.
virtual pub.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I have
And
to
we can hang out
copyright
like
strike
this.
it.
No,
Look, let me show
you're
you.
not on there.
No, you're right.
Let me show you.
You're
Nope.
right.
Oh, you're gonna give away some more. He's boycotting this shit.
I'm showing him the virtual pub.
Don't show me your
That's
pud.
where you could voice and text and
Yeah, I got Tony on that today.
voice and video. Yeah,
Right,
you can
Tony?
hang out just like we are now. But you got to be friends with
Nice.
someone to invite them in there.
Okay, so I got a question
Yeah,
for you,
right.
Bobby.
Oh, I see how that works.
Yeah.
It says, like, I'm getting friends suggestions, and I don't know these people.
Don't.
They might just be trying to build your friend list. I mean, you could see when you go into our server, the warp
Oh, what's
dimension, and you could see it's just all of us in the
Tony.
list of members.
Okay, so
And you
if,
could
like,
send them friend requests.
oh, I could do that.
How do
So,
I
Yeah,
okay, and what does that do?
how do I answer it?
you could call them and stuff. What do you mean? How do you answer it?
Like
What do you answer?
tone. See,
You guys are in
Look,
there.
He's there.
Are you muted?
No, I don't.
Let me
think
get
so.
in the fucking
Oh, wait a
Discord. What are you two
Jesus.
doing?
Yeah.
This is why I'm not on
There,
it.
Yeah.
there. Tony, talk.
So we
Is that you, Bob? There's Bobby.
I don't hear nothing.
Answer. Why
Yeah.
will they delete the channel?
What?
You can't do this while you're live on your live, though.
Why can't I? I'm doing it.
Because
Motherfucker.
it's impolite.
Why?
Yank's not allowed to
I get to hear your voice, motherfucker.
Okay, we gotta go.
You
Fuck.
son of a bitch. I got
Bobby.
to hear your voice. You're a real person.
See, you gotta get on here.
It is pretty good,
No, I
yeah.
don't got to get on nowhere. What's
You
that?
You can do it on,
got.
you can do it on your phone, Yank. It's much easier. And go to Bobby's link on his last show, on his last
Yeah,
live.
the spinning wheel.
No,
My
listen,
internet
I'm
here,
sure
I
it's
gotta
easy,
upgrade.
guys. I'm sure it's easy, and I'm
You're
sure
all
it's fun.
frozen.
My problem
Come
that I have is,
on,
and
be
everyone
easy.
keeps blowing it
don't
off
know
when
what
I
the fuck's
say
going
it,
on here.
Easy
is
like
that
Discord.
don't need anything else to suck up my
Yank.
time during the day.
Yank, we don't want to
And that's
suck
what it
up
is.
your time. Your time is not what we want to suck up.
I
So-
heard you were easy, Yank.
Ooh,
No,
say that again, Gutter, but say it in that voice I like. You don't want to what? You want to what?
I heard you were
Say it.
easy.
Say it.
I come from
Very
Tyre.
easy.
Heard you. The matter? You
Very easy.
scared?
Gutter said.
Bobby,
Gutter
Cock
said
in my
she
mouth
wanted
want
before
him
she
to
came
come
all the
or
way here
not?
from Thailand. What? What's the matter? You scared? I'm from Thailand.
No.
This is a cyst.
Oh, you're a lady boy? Funny shit. No, and that's listen.
Time for
The
shots.
honest to God truth is, I spend too much time on YouTube with my current subscriptions that I have, watching videos every day to try and stay up to date with things. I can't really cut more of my day out to just answer memes or whatever. And I
You don't
get
have
it.
to
I want to be
answer
friends.
shit.
Well,
Yeah,
even if I'm just doing this and scrolling up and watching
you
shit,
don't have to.
talking
I'm
shit,
I'm starting
Well, you know what you
Uh,
got to do, Yank? Cut
gardening
down on some of those
I
subscriptions.
do.
Show and pick as they
Oh, go ahead, Bobby.
progress. It's kind of one of those things. You could go to any text channel. You might news, AI, and tech. Your guys' channel, the Yankee and Gutter Show, that we're always in. I'm only in that Discord while you guys are live. That's a live chat going. That's where you'll get real-time memes, like all the shopping cart wars that they were showing you between Missy and Ashley. But no, it's one of those things. You pop in, you pop out, and you go to whatever text channel you want. You could share things that you find interesting too. It's just kind of like a big hangout for all of us. You know what I mean? And it runs 24/7. It's not taking time away from you, but when you take pictures of like your plants and stuff this year, you can take a minute to throw them up in the Discord. You know,
Bobby,
you might be able to help me out. You know,
Bobby, I think you're talking to a wall.
well,
Really?
I think he doesn't realize that it's a lot more sharing than just simple memes and Facebook. It's not really one of those things.
There's definitely a lot more to it.
You can find your own niche, make your own, and share your own shit.
And until Black Sheepdog Tony G comes on the show, I'm sorry.
So you guys got mud wrestle. He ain't coming on the show until you come on Discord. You ain't going on Discord until he comes on the show. I say you guys, KY fight, World Star, KY fight. You start in the KY is round one, then you got to get through the pudding to end up in the Jello. And whoever loses goes on the other one's platform first.
Do we have to fight with like dildo nunchucks?
Wow,
that's creative. I like your style. I'll allow it. Dildo nunchucks are now a must. We gotta make a list. I gotta add that to the list. Dude, now, honestly, you know what? What?
Well,
I was
so Tony can come on here
quick.
with. Oh, sorry. Tony can come on here without a camera. I'm doing it.
I know, but he's a pussy. He won't do it.
Has nothing to do with it. Nope, he's not doing it out of principle. We're on Discord. You want to hang out with
Well,
Tony? We talk. I know what his voice sounds like, gang.
I know. I do too now.
I do too.
I can't wait for you to hear what she sounds like. She could run a hotline number. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
I
Tony
thought she
spelled
did.
with an I if it's a she.
I thought she already did. I thought it.
Yeah.
But
like
what we do, like with the chat,
fans only, or
only pans. It's just us cooking omelets like the rich because we got eggs, bitches.
All right, enough about the Discord. Bobby, where you at with the train? Where you at with the fucking balloons and the fucking UFOs? And where you at with all this shit? What do you
all
got?
right, Bobby, do a rant. I've been waiting all night for this shit.
I don't really have a rant built
Look
up.
I'm giving you your fucking ticker. Go.
The balloons I said from the beginning were weather balloons. Oh God, no! I'm not hyped up for a rant. I finally get a rant ticker.
Oh,
you know what?
please.
I'm gonna rant
I'm not hyped
about
up
the
for a
fucking
rant.
rant ticker. Do you know how many fucking rants I've gone on? I've come on here with buzzes and embarrassed myself and went over the fucking top, and I didn't get a goddamn rant ticker. Now we go from talking about you not joining Discord to fucking balloons, and you want to give me a goddamn rant ticker. You know what it took for me to earn this goddamn thing, and you wait till now to give it to me when I ain't got a rant ready to go? Listen, Firebush, fuck you. I heard you eat horse cock, but that's according to what I see on Discord. You wouldn't know because you're not there. That's why Austin's so quiet. He was really the one under the goddamn desk. You know, if you knew anything about Austin, he was traveling around, been awfully quiet. Notice that smile on Yank's goddamn face. That ain't just the shots talking. We got to get these two, Missy and fucking Ash, together for fucking battle carts. When we do the meet and greet, we're going to armor up some fucking shopping carts. Y'all going to duel. Give me a rant ticket tonight. I didn't have a rant going. Now about the fucking balloons.
I can tell you.
And
they
another
went.
thing, if you stayed on the fucking Facebook for a little while, you would know how I feel about the goddamn fucking balloons, okay? I called them. People that pay attention to my Facebook account knew I said weather balloons after the second one got shot down. I said they're shooting down the road weather balloons to save face. It's a nice cover up and distraction. Did you hear about the other fucking files they got caught? Biden was shipping around fucking Boston before they made it to UPenn. No, it's a lot going on. That's for another live. It's the Bobby rant.
Okay.
Yeah, hell of a time. You wait till now, you fuckers. I hope you're doing all right. You enjoyed that one.
Hey,
I wasn't coming off for
I will
topics.
not be
You guys
bullied.
took that World Star. Well,
I will not be bullied, sir.
Say hi.
You cannot
and
demand
goodbye.
a rant
I
sticker
love you
from
guys.
us. You have to earn it, which means you have to do it.
No, there was times
on
I
this
went
is
on
improv.
rants. I was
Go.
shocked I didn't get it.
I know.
Oh God,
know.
improv rants.
Well, actually, I
know.
let me explain though. Let me explain. The rant ticker, Gunnar and I figured we had a discussion about this, and we sometimes think that having the ticker down the bottom pulls juice. If I don't have a better way to put it, but pulls power or broadcast signal from going out. So we kind of eliminated that whole thing, and we haven't been doing it for anything. Yeah. So that's why when you did do your rants, we didn't put the ticker up because we didn't want to lose what you were saying due to bad signal or going out over the airwaves or whatever you want to call it. So that's why we didn't do it. I just threw it up just now for shits and giggles.
No, that's fine, and I appreciate your sacrifice. I appreciate it. I really.
You're
do.
welcome.
I'm humble.
You're welcome.
But you can't just throw
we
something
always
like that at
appreciate
me
you coming on.
and when I'm not flying off the shelves.
The fuck I can't.
You know what else you wouldn't be? You know what else you're missing since you're not in fucking Discord? You missed the whole drama going between me, Black Sheep, and SE Discord and channel. SE was on my live last night. Did you even see my live last night?
No, I did not.
He was sleeping.
That's what I mean.
I went on.
That's what I mean. I have so many fucking people I subscribe to that I gotta watch their videos. I can't watch everybody's fucking videos, or it's from 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm done at fucking
Oh
8.
my God! You don't watch Bobby's lives?
I most of the
pick 'em
time
off
do,
when
but I
I
don't
can.
catch them live, and I always watch
I went. What I go?
after.
Gotta go. What I go, guys? I must have
You
went like
were-
4.5, 5 hours.
You
last
did.
night.
You
I went till
did.
3 in.
I have to admit, I took a
Oh, well,
nap
what the
through
fuck,
part of one
dude?
of it, but
3 in the morning. Who the fuck's gonna watch you till 3 in the morning?
I did.
I'm sleeping.
I didn't plan on that. I did this. I announced way before 7, 8 o'clock that I was going live, and then my boiler broke down, and I said I'm going on at 9.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And how
Well,
would work today,
We got
Bobby?
SC to come into the comments. I got
He was
through
in
it.
the comments.
Bitch, I ain't no amateur.
What did he have to say?
Hell yeah, he was in the comments because we were trolling back and forth on the Discords, and we might collaborate. It's gonna make for some interesting videos.
Tony started
okay.
it. Tony started it with SE.
Oh, he's an instigator, motherfucker. Look at him down here in this.
Yeah.
He thinks he's better than us. You're fucking right. I am. You know how I know I'm right? I'm better. than
I
you?
got
Because
operatives
I got a
in Florida
channel.
right now. Be careful.
What's that?
Be careful. I got operatives in Florida.
Uh-oh.
They
Right
could
now.
charm you. It's
I
VD
know.
day. They charm you. Don't eat
I
the
know.
chocolate. You won't leave the bathroom for a few
knows.
days.
I know.
I got people in panhandle places.
Oh, I got people in panhandle places.
Panhandle
So-
places.
Bobby, what's your thoughts on the train?
Oh, I think
that's
it's horrible.
a sexual
I haven't
question.
really dove into why it happened. I
that
think
train.
Yank actually
Sorry.
gave me a lot of information about why it derailed, and the media hasn't been covering it because it's like a Chernobyl, and you can't trust the EPA. They were the ones that told people after 9/11 that the air was safe to breathe
right.
in and to go down
Yeah.
and rescue people, and now it's all compensation infomercials. So I mean.
Yeah.
We need plastics, unfortunately, because of the society we built. I mean, everything we use has plastics in it,
Yeah.
and that's part of the risk of transporting them. And I think at this point, America that was once the shining city on the hill for the entire world. We have a grid, an energy grid that's completely exposed and underdeveloped. You got people in states shooting, just taking shotguns and putting down parts of the grid. It's completely exposed. I think a lot of our shit really could be built up more, but the government's too busy paying pockets and making friends rich that the money the citizens work for and give to the government is not being spent for the good of the country. I mean, look at our infrastructure. Look at
I was
everything
just
around
gonna
us.
say that.
It's mismanagement.
Dude, we passed a fucking $3 trillion infrastructure bill, or whatever the fuck it was. It was trillion something, right? Infrastructure bill. What the fuck infrastructure is being fixed? I have no idea. Have you seen anything? I haven't.
Government contracts for painting bridges where they take 6 months and make millions of dollars.
Right, and rename it.
You know? Well, look at New York. I'm from New York. We're paying for at least what they're admitting is up to 40,000 illegal migrants, $500 a night hotel rooms. Imagine paying for 40,000 rooms at $500 a night for one night.
There's 40,000 rooms. 40,000 rooms.
76
in the
different
city.
hotels. 76 different hotels in the city. And they're
Holy
saying that there's 40,000 migrants that they're putting up. So it's more than one per room.
Yep.
And then they wanted to move the single males of military age to the Brooklyn harbor, where they have cots set up and like barrack styles shelters to make room for all the migrants with families and kids. And the men are refusing to go, and they're protesting outside of all the hotels. They demand 5-star luxury hotels. Nope, we come to America for free, and we're going to stay in the Trump Plaza Hotel. I'm sorry, what?
Isn't that the one where we figured it was like 13 million a night that they were spending in
Some
New York?
crazy shit. Some crazy shit. While there's New York citizens and vets sleeping on the streets. I wonder how many New York citizens died when we dropped down to the negatives that a couple of weeks back, where that polar vortex came in. Because it's been springtime up here, so it's been pretty fucking easy for us. But that shit's just outrageous, and I don't know. Our representatives, our governor, and our mayor just exacerbate it. I mean, why did you spring to put them up in 5-star luxury hotels to begin with? These people won't eat the food. They're stabbing each other outside. They're having sex in the stairwells. They're robbing people, and they're protesting. They have demands on what their expected standards are being here illegally. And I completely blame the Democrats for missing them coming here illegally. You're a sanctuary city, right? You're a sanctuary state? Yeah, well, good. Go fuck yourself. You reap what you sow. Take care of your own people. That's why you're fleeing. I think, 400,000 fled New York in the past few months? They're losing taxpayers, and eventually they're going to run out of other people's money, and you're going to see them begging the federal government for it. Just like California. It's whatever. It's
I'll tell you,
what
man,
you get.
What really fucking just turns the knife in my side is that it just seems like no matter what politician or what form of government we have, right, left, center, it doesn't matter. They just don't represent the majority of the people in this country, which is exactly what their fucking job description is. You know, they pander to both sides that are of the extremes, and the people in the middle just stand around going, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I don't know how we are going to be able to right this ship. And I hate to say it, man, but no, I don't hate to say it. Without blood in the streets, without serious rebellion, without fucking violence, without violent overthrow and change of this government, I don't see how it can change. And even if we do that, and let's say we get our fucking country in order, I don't see how we can avoid the cabal of other countries that are now forming relationships, such as China and Russia, that are vowed to destroy our fucking Western way of life. The global cabal wants us out of the way. I don't see how even an America that is united and whatever representing the people can stand against and alone that sort of thing. Like, think about it. If we went to war with Russia and China, who the fuck is going to be on our side? Are we going to have another country or other countries do what we did for other countries during World War II? Are we going to have other countries ramp up their fucking building of
Well,
things
we got the Nazis
and
in
tanks
Ukraine.
and planes and military?
We got
What's
yeah,
that?
we got the Nazis in we got the
Yeah,
Nazis in Ukraine. We got those guys.
Yeah, but they're armed
They'll
with
go
our
with us.
shit. So, I mean, you know, I'm just saying, like, who's going to come to fucking help Americans? If, let's say, we had a goddamn, like the thing that happened in Turkey, the earthquake in Turkey that I talked about, where the country's a mess. Let's say something terrible happened with this country. Do you fucking think for a second there's going
I'm
to be
still
like
here.
airplane loads showing up of people to help us and airdropping fucking aid and all? No, no one's gonna.
What do you think? Yeah, no. Because America has policed the world for so fucking long. They all got used to America being the one that kept everybody in check. We were the superpower, and now that America has crumbled, yeah, I don't think people realize it, but when America falls, the entire planet is finished.
Yep.
We won
I
World
agree.
War I and we won World War II. I'm sorry, World War III will not, nobody's going to survive without America being a strong nation to fucking end it in the name of actual. Back then, people were still patriotic and they believed in liberty and freedom. We now have a bunch of Karens running around who want to conform to government propaganda to the point where our country was at risk. We are well beyond at risk at this point. I mean, they're cutting off the penises of young boys in schools behind parents' backs. They're giving them hormone treatments and changing their pronouns. I mean, and then they're calling the parents who are upset about that and their kids being taught racism. The FBI is calling them domestic terrorists. This is what I was saying before. The shit has already hit the fan, but everybody's waiting for the splatter to stop. They ain't going to stop. And by the time it does, it's too fucking late. I mean, where it's already there.
Agreed.
It's already there.
That's why I'm of the mindset from now on, when I speak of things that need to be done, I'm not going to qualify things with I'm not promoting violence. I'm not fuck you. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because that's the only way you're going to take back what has been stolen from you. And what has been stolen from this country is the wealth and the liberties of its people and their desire in the middle, the centrist, to understand what's going on and to have a say. We have been stolen from, and our country is going down the tubes. We are no longer able to defend ourselves.
Well, just like the Indians' plight. That's their plight, is their land was stolen from them.
Yeah.
So now you see how it happens. But guess what else got stolen from you Indians when it got stolen from us? What was left for all of us? And you guys bowed pretty well. You guys weren't innocent and everything. I think more Americans should adopt ways of the Native Americans, because when the grid goes down, that's how you're going to fucking survive. Not with Big Pharma and the internet, but living like the Indians did for thousands of years. So there's something to be learned there. But that's one thing that we can unify on, because I got news for you. When us gun-toting, bibble-thumping fucking yeehaw white supremes disappear with all our fucking semi-automatic assault pistols, you're going to be living under communism too. And just be happy that people who wanted to free the people from tyrannical government were the ones that took this continent over China. The fact that you're not speaking Cantonese or Mandarin right now, or Russian or German for that matter. I mean, we were the great experiment of self-governance. So the greatest people to ever rule a piece of land on this nation, happened here, and you're alive to be a part of that great experiment of fuck tyranny. And a lot of people are voting for fucking tyranny because they're a bunch of goddamn cowards who are afraid of taking care of themselves. You know,
Yeah.
and that's where we're at.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
mean, I
sign
will-
off. I want you guys to close out. Yeah, I will let you rebut, but I am if I disappear
Okay.
because I'm getting a little choppy here.
Okay. Well, listen, I
Um,
just wanted to say this
I don't look
regarding
up live.
our state within the world. Something has been lost within, I don't know whether it's my lifetime. I don't think so. I think it's past my lifetime, longer than. We have lost standing in the world where America, the shining city on a hill, has lost its luster because it got involved in things it shouldn't have. And it's been caught with its pants down, and it's been pointed out by many other countries where they now see it in our meddling, in our bullshittery, in our political fuckery with other countries. So in a certain way, I do not fault other countries for saying that fucking U.S. government needs to come down. I don't think they have a real gripe against Americans other than we're fat, dumb, and stupid. But I think they really hate our government for what our government's done around the world, and this policing shit, and this tear down a government, install a dictator of our choice kind of shit has been a big problem. And I think a lot of people would like to see us get taken down. And I can't say that, aside from it affecting me, I can't say I disagree. I just wish that they were targeted directly at the people responsible for doing that, because I didn't have a say in that. I didn't have a say that we went from Afghanistan to Iraq. I didn't get a vote in that, but the fucking people in Washington did. So if they want to nuke Washington, I'm all good with that. Fucking make that place glow in the dark. I'm good. We'll start again, and we'll start good relationships with people in other countries from there. It just bothers me that
Can we do it
we're
tomorrow?
gonna have to
though?
lose. What's that?
Can we do it tomorrow though?
I know, right?
I'm too tired tonight. I don't want to. I don't want to do
Okay.
it tonight.
I missed
Look
all of that. All of my shit was spinny wheel. I have to rewatch all of this. We were on for almost 4 hours.
It's okay.
This was a good
actually
one. Have a happy
took a nap.
Valentine's
Julie-
Day special.
Yeah.
I love you. I love all yous. Thanks for coming
Love you,
out.
buddy.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that Discord up, share it with all your friends. We're one big community. Giveaways are starting, and down the line, merch will be arriving, but only available on Discord, so you can order what you want there. Good to see you guys tonight. I
Good
love
to
you
see
guys.
you,
I
man.
just wanted to
Thank you
jump
for
on and
coming
say
in.
hi. I literally missed everything you had just said. It was all
I'm sorry,
spinny
man.
wheels, so I'm gonna rewatch that. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna end up
Amanda, do you
hopping
want to
off
come in and say
ultimately.
goodnight?
Good night, Amanda.
Amanda!
Enjoy the rest of your
Night,
vacation.
Amanda.
He's gonna think
I'm-
about that all
love you guys.
fucking night.
I know.
Love
I'm
you,
gonna drive
Bobby.
him crazy.
Yeah, I'm good.
I
Love you
love
guys.
you,
Those
brother.
Amanda
You know
and
that would
Yank,
never
they're-
happen. You know
They
that would
got
never
a
happen.
threesome
Yeah.
going on over there in Florida.
I ain't worried
Yeah,
about
man.
all that. Y'all grown folk. I'll see you next Tuesday.
There you go, man. Right on.
Night,
All right,
Bobby.
brother.
Catch you in the. Wait until you see what we say about you in Discord.
Oh,
Catch you later.
no.
Good
Peace,
night, all.
brother.
Bye,
Now
Bob.
get the fuck
Night,
out
Bobby.
of here. Bye.
Okay, Julie's falling asleep.
Yes, I am.
I saw her
Her
as I
eyeballs are
was
hanging. I see it.
listening to you, Yank. And I did
I
want to say, go ahead.
I literally felt. I mean, I could feel myself. I'm like, all right, wake up.
I know I was watching it. I did want to say, and I'll get off, that Waterbury, a town over, you've heard me talk about it, was the brass city. It was nicknamed the brass city, and there's all brass statues downtown. And they were put there, and it declined after World War II because they were doing all the ammunition and the shells and everything. And my grandfather worked there, and my father worked there. And they went to work one day, and the gates were locked. My grandfather worked there for 50 years,
Hmm.
and they were locked.
Wow.
Yeah, my grandfather got my father the job. They were shop people, working people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's sad, the decline
Yes, very
of
much
what
so.
we were proud of, you know, and they went to work and these were dirty ass shops, you know, and it's just sad. But Julie's falling asleep, so I'll let you guys go. I'll be on next Tuesday. You can bet that. Something will
Missy,
set me
thank
off.
you for coming.
Yeah,
Good
no,
night.
There you go.
I tend to come on and never leave, and I apologize for that.
Don't worry about
That's
it at
fine.
all. We're glad you
Uh,
come. We're glad
yeah.
you come.
Oh, I love you guys.
Love ya.
Alrighty.
Good night.
Night.
Sleep good. Thank you.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye.
All right, I'm ready to go to bed.
Okay, kiddo.
I have to get up at the
No,
crack
you're
of
ready to go.
dawn.
What
to go
time
get
is it
my
there?
grandson and,
What time is it there?
It's only 10 to 9, but I still have shit to do before I go to bed.
What?
I still have shit to
What?
do before I go to bed.
Oh, I'm just curious. What time is it there?
Oh, 10 to 9.
Okay. Well, say your good nights then.
Good night,
Oh, I'm
everybody.
freezing.
Thank y'all for coming. Y'all,
Oh,
we
10 to
would
9?
not be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you very much. And you know me, I'd say lots more, but you've
That's right.
seen me all falling asleep there. I'm freaking, I'm tired.
No problem. All right, we're gonna end this cast tonight on Valentine's Day. Hope everybody got a rub and tug or some kind of something or other. A little pinchy and a flicking the guy in the boat. You guys stay cool. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. And we're gonna end this broadcast in 5, 4,
Good night.
3, 2, 1, and we're out of here.